everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Role Players.
That's us. We're here.
Look at that new little screen there.
Yeah,
Look at that new little screen.
we got a little bit of a new overlay, and this is because we don't let our producer Ashley sleep at all. She's been working day and night on this. So Ashley, thank you. Looks fantastic. We are so excited to have you guys all here with us to play a little Dungeons and Dragons. I am Judd, your dungeon master. These are my talented, fun, and insane players.
What's
Insane.
up?
Well, hi,
Insane.
I'm Mr. Insane Man. Look at me with the fancy pants, Sane Man.
Hey, I don't know what you're talking about. You look and seem totally sane to me.
Yeah.
I look like
Completely normal.
Volcano Man.
Hey, who's the lead singer from Motorhead? I think I got that going on right now.
Oh,
Interesting.
yeah,
All
I
right.
can't remember the name, but I see what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying?
Well, before we jump into the show tonight, we do have a couple quick announcements. As always, we want to thank our sponsors, Skull Splitter Dice and Thrill Studio.
Splitter.
Yeah. Don't forget, we have I keep saying coupon codes. I guess that's a thing, but discount codes. Look on our Twitch page, scroll down. I know. You'll see for Skull Splitter, it's TRPSS15 for 15% off. And for Thrill Studios, it is TRP15. So hop on there, get some dice, get some amazing minis. And speaking of minis, for Thrill Studios, we have a giveaway tonight. Now, those of you who were with us last week saw a special ogre we used in an encounter. We are giving that away tonight. Right after the break, you have to be in chat to be present to win, and we will let you know what the code word is that you'll type, and when we come back from chat, we'll award that. If you've won something from us before, you're not eligible this time. So
you mean somebody could win this, Judd, slam it down on the table, and just watch their players squirm in fear? That's what I'm hearing.
That's exactly. I mean, it's pretty fierce. You get an amazing ogre, beautifully painted by Thrill Studios, and you get 6 soldier minis that are to be painted by you. So you get to paint them any way that you want. So make sure you hang around for that. And let's see, Numenera returns this Wednesday, GM'd by our very own Chad Skiles. So,
Hey, y'all, that's me right over here. Yup.
and with our players, Maddie Bryan, Gabriela Kostadinova, and myself. So make sure to come by where you, Emmy,
The grubs.
where you guys get to actually impact the story. So through voting polls that we have, through donations, all of that, you get to immediately impact the story in ways that you want. So it's super fun. So make sure to come check us out Wednesdays. It's every other Wednesday. We're coming on this week, 8 p.m. Pacific. This Thursday, Peter is returning with another Mindy painting episode. The first one, if you didn't see it, you must check it out. Go check out our VOD. It's hilarious. Peter just entertains himself, talking the whole time and doing an amazing job painting these minis. It was a blast.
I must see this.
Fun.
Definitely
It was a
channeling
fun time.
a lot of Bob Ross was
Come
channeled.
on, it's like a Bob
how
Ross
nice.
mashed in with a little Mr. Rogers, and it's painting with Peter. So come on by.
Painting with Peter.
It sounds like so soothing. I think I need to put it on and relax.
Yeah.
Throw it on,
Definitely.
take a nap.
So I think everybody needs a little bit of that right now.
Maddie, you need to put it on and then just do some organizing. It's fantastic.
Well, you know,
meditation.
organizing does bring me joy, guys.
That's true.
Yeah.
Here.
Brings everybody joy.
Soon to be in our merch store is the Painting with Peter ASMR tape.
Totally.
Express
into the mic.
Download it for 99 cents.
You know, so many
does.
people on the internet, you really love that, so keep an eye out.
Including Dagmara. You're a big ASMR, aren't you? Gabriella?
Oh my gosh, food ASMR all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Remember that?
Eating
Yes.
people eating honeycombs. Oh yeah.
Yes,
my
it's-
hair, but
It's really
That's
funny.
what I
because
fall asleep
Judd is
to.
the exact opposite. He has problems with mouth noises. Like
Yeah, I
he's
don't wanna hear it.
hypersensitive to mouth
Oh.
noise.
Yeah.
So it just
We're really
shows you
sharing. We're
it's-
sharing tonight. But that's fine.
There's room for everybody on the planet. There's
There
a
is,
stretch
yeah,
of
that's,
space.
that's very true.
Since we're all role-playing and speaking into our mics right now, is this mouth noise okay?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's really just it's just really
Chat.
chewing.
Is this okay?
We're losing Azar, everyone.
Hey, at least it only took us a good 5 minutes this time.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah. As opposed to 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Bring us all back in. Last but not least, I want to welcome back
luck.
Jamie and Mike to our show. They have been on a personal
yay.
hiatus, but they are back in the chat tonight.
OMG!
So-
Oh my gosh!
So we're happy to have you two back. Welcome back to the family, and of course, Ashley, our producer, who has done so much. Thank you to our team for just being amazing and keeping this thing, the role players, going. So we love you all, and we love you all out there as well. So I think without further ado, Otto Otmarth, out of his name, will lead us in a little opening song. We shall return. Be back.
Here I go.
Let me tell you a story about a time that me and my friends found a new world. It started on a ship, brought together by a storm. We traveled through the rift to a new world beyond. We were thrown into shackles, we were hunted down by thieves, but we'll never let it stop us from sailing up Niagara Lee. For we are thee.
Right, yes. Hello. Okay, welcome back, everyone. So,
Welcome back.
to do a quick recap. So, last time in Anacrally. Let's bring it on in. So, as you may recall, splitting off from the group last time, Dagmara and Thon started searching the fourth tier. Dagmara, you found what might be some kind of a magical rapier, but it was really the reminder of the previous relationship that you had with Thon and his continued love for you that really unsettled you and was quite cool to watch. And despite your conflict and your love of Tevin, you gave in and had a nice kiss with Thon. Meanwhile, the rest of you were at odds of what to do next. Seville, you sought out Kello, who had just finished burying the bodies by the tree, most notably his wife. Kello let you know that he changed the alignment of the barrier and that should prevent the necromancers from returning. Otto and Tabitha, you left the city in search of horses to aid your journey to your next destination. Ariset, however, you detected a portal nearby in Makutha, and leading Seville, Dagmara, and Thon, you found a secret staircase which turned quickly into a slide and deposited you at the base in front of a door, this ancient door with skulls on the handles. And once you entered this chamber, it was quite clear that this is some type of a puzzle room. This ghostly apparition appeared over this magical flame and swept his hand, creating an hourglass. And you all rushed around trying to figure out what this puzzle was. And it seemed like you might have it solved a couple times, but it triggered, and the first time launched some kind of an ice golem, and the second time a beautifully painted mini by Thrill Studios of an ogre.
I wish I could get my hands on something like that.
Well,
if only there were a way.
If only you were out there in chat and listening for the keyword. Thon, however, in that moment when he saw that ogre, he slipped around to the backside of it, pulled out this sword that he forged from the remains of the necromancer's daggers, and rolling an @20, stabbed this thing and seemed to convert it somehow to an undead. And as it was bleeding from all of its orifices, it looked up, ready to do his bidding. So that was last week. So this week, we are going to start with Tabitha and Otto. And let me cue up our music here.
Music.
All right. So the wind.
How far have we made it? Oh,
Well,
you're gonna tell us.
I got a little thing here. So the wind is swirling around you two as you move slowly through the deep snow. In the afternoon sun, you see it struggling to cut through the gray sky. And you were talkative and happy at first, and happy to leave that city behind. But it's been about 30 minutes or so since you've left, and the cold is starting to seep once again through your furs and biting at your skin below, reminding you of the intense dangers of these mountains that you find yourselves in.
How far away are we from Lukenor?
Well, you remember it took you about an hour of traversing kind of the same conditions to get there. So you assume you're about halfway.
Okay.
A light
So,
snow.
what do you? Okay, keep going.
No, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say. So it seems like we're about, I don't know, halfway there, Otto.
Yes, and surprise, surprise, it's cold again.
Yeah,
And
not my favorite, and I'm running out of snacks. I hardly have any snacks left.
well, that could prove problematic. Isn't that where you draw your special power from?
Yes. Thank you for saying it. So many people have wondered, but it's really all from snacks.
Not much gets by this old observer. And we're just joking around, walking.
Okay, cool. And you see a snow has started to fall. And as you kind of go down into a bit of a canyon here, the snow just drifting down, light at first, sparse, starts to pick up, starts to get heavy, and starts to even obscure the sounds of the wind that are swirling around you. And
Sorry to interrupt you. Does it look like there's a place we could maybe find some shelter if it looks like it's like really picking up a lot? Like a little place we could duck into or something and wait it out? Or...
possibly. I mean, right now in this area, it's kind of sporadic trees here and there. You're not seeing any kind of like rocky terrain that might hold a shelter. Why don't you do a perception check for me?
Okay. I get 16.
So you're looking through the snow and it's starting to, again, it's dampening down, it's quieting in an eerie way around you. Looking for any sort of a shelter. You don't spot one, but you do see an interesting mound ahead of you.
A mound.
A mound.
Interesting mound.
Yeah,
Well,
and you
Okay.
take a couple steps and you definitely see another of them. It looks like there are several. Some are larger and some are smaller.
Can I see what they are mounds of? Are they mounds of snow or?
As you take a few steps closer, you can see that the largest one, it has this kind of obscene, monstrous leg sticking out of it, of like a crystalline blue and white, ending in a 6-inch spike. And it seems like it was in the act of like frozen, curling back on itself.
What kind of a leg? Like what species of leg are we thinking?
Do a nature check for me.
Oh, a nature check. I don't think I've ever done a nature check.
Ooh.
And I just rolled a crit.
Oh.
Wow.
So you're
Okay,
like,
and then I
Wait,
have
you're
plus
see the
2
twins.
also.
oh man.
Become a druid.
Yeah, so you immediately snap back to your first appearance in the Dolgora Mountains when you saw these beasts jump out of the snow around you, and one of them was this massive, like, crystal ice spider. And you recognize the leg right away as being one of those spiders. But I mean, it's clear it is upside down in its death.
Yeah.
And so you still see these other mounds. Do you want to continue forward?
Is that the way to Lugnor?
You're
Would be
heading,
forward?
yeah, you know, I mean, yeah, you know, direct, like roughly, you've got to keep going straight to get to Luknor. If you want to go around these, you can, or you can go investigate.
Okay,
Well-
so I like snap out of my like that's so Raven vision where I just remembered when I first got there, and I'm like turned to Otto and I'm like, what do you think? Should we go forward?
I think we'll need to just be very careful, maybe
Oh.
even a little bit sneaky. If you
I was
think
gonna
to-
say perhaps we should be sneaky. It's one of my
I think we
favorite
should.
things.
I think we should be a bit sneaky right now.
And then I look down at my feet because I know that Otto's like very jovial and he's not very sneaky himself.
This is untrue. I am rather sneaky.
You are sneaky? I always
I am.
considered you being like singing along and stuff. Okay, well then never mind. That idea is not happening. I look down at my feet and I think, wow, my boots are so cool. And then I keep going.
Okay, cool. Why don't you both roll stealth checks for me if you're gonna do a sneaky approach?
We will sneakily approach.
Let's see what you get.
I got a 14.
Okay.
That's pretty sneaky.
I got a 15.
All right. And you rolled yours at advantage, right, Tabby?
I didn't, but I can.
You can, yeah. You have advantage on stealth rolls because of your boots.
Okay, so now I have 15, 24.
24. Yeah.
Yeah.
You look around, Tabitha, and Otto, you were watching this kind of amazed because this whole time you've just been like fighting through this deep snow. You know, you're stepping, crunching through. But Tabitha, you look at the ground and you see some iced over patch, and you climb up on it and you find yourself kind of on top of the snow and just silently moving, not leaving any trace of your footsteps behind. And Otto is doing a good job staying silent, but it's definitely like he's falling into the snow, but he's doing a good job being quiet about it, and trying to keep up. And as you move forward, you see now maybe 20 of these mounds here, snow covering most of what is there, but you see different things sticking out. And you get closer, you see human faces, and twisted in fear and pain, blue in death. You see clothing and weapons. You see their blood frozen over. You see other parts of some other creatures. You're not sure what they are. And you just watch as the snow just drifts down as if it's burying these bodies before your eyes. There's one last large pile about 50 feet away in the direction of Luknor, as if some sole survivor managed to take this one down. Tell me what you'd like to do.
I just say to Tabby, what could have done this? A storm? I don't know.
I'm sorry, Chad, I can't hear you. Can you say that again a little bit louder?
Yeah, I say, what could have done this? A storm? Probably not. It must have been something else. And I kind of want to go up to where, am I right in thinking that people, you said human faces and stuff, are like encased in ice, like frozen? Or?
Not encased in ice, just like dead and frozen. Like they've been dead long enough that they are, you know, their skin is blue, their blood is icing over.
Could I try to get a look at them and figure out who they were in life? Do they look like Luknorians?
Yeah,
Do they
yeah.
look like who were these people and why were they here?
Roll an investigation check for me.
Okay, I got a 9.
9. I mean, you don't recognize any of the faces, but brushing off some of the snow and looking at their clothes and their gear, you're pretty confident that they probably were part of the Luknor town. And actually, roll a history. Either of you or both of you roll a history check for me.
Wow, I got a 24.
Nice. Okay. So, Otto, you remember as you were charging up to Makutha with the entire strike force, that Kello stopped about, close to where the other entrance to Makutha, the one that you had previously used, and sent about 20 or so warriors off to kind of pull the ambush that we had all expected, or you had all expected by the front gate. And you wonder if these are the remains of that.
I say as much out loud, Abby. I say these could have been Kello's soldiers. They're Lugnorians. I wonder what caused them to perish here.
All I know is that I think that we probably should continue going pretty fast so the same thing doesn't happen to us.
Just give me a chance, just one more look, and I want to see if I can figure out like how they died. Was it hypothermia? Did they have wounds on their body?
Yeah, you don't even have to roll for this. So you lower yourself down and you start brushing off a little bit more snow to look at the closest body, and this is a human female, probably in her 30s. She has that look of just terror on her face, and as you brush the snow away, you see that she has just been sliced open from her sternum almost down to her pelvis, just open and frozen. And you move over to another pile and you see that this one is missing an arm, and there's a really like a 3-inch puncture hole right over the heart, perfectly circular. But you look back at the dead spider and that spike looks familiar. And it doesn't take, much to realize what happened.
They got in a scrap here. Yeah, the Lugnorians and the spiders crossed paths. Clearly.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Let's get out of here.
So you weave through this macabre scene, and as you pass that one last large mound, you see the remnants of another spider dead there. But on the other side of it, you see these large droplets of bright red blood that are just starting to disappear in the snow, leading a trail directly towards Lugnor.
Shall we follow the wonderful trail of blood?
I am a bit curious as to what it could be, but doesn't seem maybe like the safest idea. I don't know.
Yes, well, I think we need to figure out what the state of Lugnor is now.
I agree, and also we need to replenish our snacks.
Of course, yes. Well, there's always spider legs. If it's a backup menu item. You might have to let them stall a bit, but Anyway, listen. Seriously, I think as we get closer to Lugnor, you should stealthily scout ahead while I stick back somewhere and keep an eye on you.
Okay, but I just don't want to separate too much because I don't think it's wise. But yes, I'll go ahead a bit.
Yeah, we'll stay within view.
Okay.
Okay, so Tabitha, you push on ahead, you pass that large pile, you follow these droplets, and again, the snow now is coming down thick, and you can only see about 20 feet ahead, and you're looking all around, looking for any signs of danger. You see the drops go off to the right a bit, and you see against a tree at the base, there's a shape, and you move forward carefully, just enough to see that there's a human male slumped at the base of this tree, and you can just see the faintest wisp of breath turning to crystal in front of him.
So the blood trail was from this guy?
It leads right to him.
Okay. Is he dressed like a necromancer?
Do a perception check.
17.
You stealthily move forward a few more feet so you can see a little better through the snow, and definitely not wearing necromancer robes. You see very kind of standard Lugnorian garb, but it seems to be in tatters, and you can see his light hair is just crystallized and frozen and stuck to his forehead. His eyes are kind of half opening and closing slowly. That's about all you can tell from this distance.
Okay, so I stop proceeding forward and I hang back until Otto catches up to me. And then I say, look, over there, do you think he's a survivor, or do you think that he was like involved in...
That looks like a Luke Norian. Let's see if they're all right.
Okay,
And
fair enough.
I approach and just call out as we get close to the voice. Ho there.
And you both cautiously move forward. You see that the man, his right arm is exposed. The flesh is a disturbing blue, almost like it's starting to turn black from frostbite. It's not moving. It's kind of discarded almost in the snow. His right hand is over his kind of lower chest/stomach area, and it looks like he's trying to hold his body together. And you just see his mouth is moving. His eyes don't shift much as you approach.
Yeah, I'm gonna, once I really get close enough that I can take in the state of him, I just kind of shoot like a very alarmed look at Tabby, and I say, keep an eye out and make sure that whatever did this is close. I'm gonna see if I can save him. And
Okay,
I
so
rush
Tabitha
up.
has her rapier and her blink dagger drawn, and she's kind of like scouting the area just to see if there's anyone gonna try to come up to us while you do.
Oh yeah, nice
Okay.
scouting pose. And I rush up to him. My knees kind of slide as I crunch into the snow next to him, and I just kind of like grab and like look at his face for any signs of life. My hands kind of like glowing with magical energy, suspecting I may need to use some healing on him.
And the moment you touch him, and you see that he's been, as you got closer, you saw he's mouthing something. And when you get close enough, you hear, Dag.
Talk to me.
And you pull up his face, and you know who this is instantly, and his eyes bolt open. Dag! And he just collapses, and you see there's just like glowing blue, like under his skin that seems to like kind of be eating away at him underneath his skin, like some kind of poison.
Uh-oh.
Does it look like he is able to be saved?
Do a medicine
like no.
check.
I don't give up so easily. Sorry, Hattie. Well, as I say that, I only got an 8.
I mean,
Doesn't look like he was betrayed.
you
He's fine.
Don't
Let's
rub
go.
it in.
you
Rub it in.
you're not quite sure. You start to get ready to do some healing. I mean, you look down under his hand. He is completely ripped open, like the other corpse that you found.
Stop it.
And underneath that skin, you see it. It's just like this glowing,
God.
like this glowing blue moving through his veins. And there are parts where it starts to eat out from inside, some kind of like really vicious poison.
I think realistically, what I would do is just try, not knowing for sure if it would help one way or the other, pass the healing word on him to see what happens, and
Okay.
if I can fight to put any more life force into him. So I'll just like my hands kind of,
Dagmara is in mourning.
my hands
Just
kind of
gonna cover up.
right before he dies. I'll figure out if I want to tell him about the kiss.
Well,
I'm just kidding. I know
Yeah.
you
By
saw,
the way, buddy.
I'm just kidding. So I
you
rub
saw-
my hand.
yeah. So Otto, you start to cast a spell, and you saw him for that one brief second where he said "Dag" and his eyes bolted open, and then he just seemed to crumble. You see this wisp of this probably last breath like leak out of his mouth, and you quickly try to heal him, and you see the magic swirls from your fingers and swirls around him, but there's no reaction.
Mm.
And I just
Have
like,
nice things.
I just let out a long sigh, and I push my hands down to close his eyes. And I look back at Tabby. I say, it's Tevin.
Oh.
It was that.
Ah, well, can you tell Dagmara when we get back? I just don't think I can stomach that.
Yes.
Thank you. What do you think he died from? A spider attack?
Uh-huh.
Okay. She just like eyes back the mounds and she's like,
I look back at him and I'm just like, I look at him for a second and I say, we can't leave him here to be spider food. I couldn't look Dagmara in the face and let her know that was his fate. He deserves a proper burial.
okay, well, I'll help you figure out a way to plaster one to your back.
I say, I'm going to have to carry him, which means I need you to continue to scout ahead. There could be more of these spiders. It could be that they haven't gotten their bellies full yet.
Certainly. And she goes ahead.
And I meanwhile carry Dagmara's dead husband.
Well, as you reach down to do that and you have this conversation, Tabitha, you hear something, immediately spin around in the dark, and you see there's a shape that is moving through, and it's starting to solidify, and it's some kind of creature, and it's coming close, and you just see this mouth open up, circular mouth, and you just see this teeth, jagged teeth, and it looks like it's and it pounces on you guys, but at the same moment you hear and you just see these arrows that go literally total Lord of the Rings, like a bit of your hair moves as this bolt or goes right, this arrow goes right past you, and you see 4 or 5 arrows just stick into this razor mouth that was sneaking up on you too, and it's and it falls dead, and you see coming from the opposite direction these horses, and
yes, finally a horse.
And you see this whole kind of caravan of these horses, and you hear the wagons in the background, and you see Ilya at the front on a horse, and he's lowering a bow. You two should be more careful. Come, mount up.
Okay, could we potentially just bring this body with us to give it a proper burial?
And he looks down, dismounts, and comes over and...
Tevin.
Oh, shit. Fucking Tevin. Yeah, put him on. There's a cot back there. Hey, I'll help. And he helps you lift up his frozen form very awkwardly, like doesn't bend. I mean, like his body is really starting to freeze up. And carry him over, and people move out of the way quickly as you lay him down, and somebody throws a cloak over him.
Ilya, which way were you headed?
We're going back to Makutha to deliver the rest of these people.
Well, we were hoping to secure some mounts for our future passage with our companions. Perhaps we could make the way back with you.
Well, we can certainly give you several of these horses when we're done.
Do you have any small horses? I'm really going to need a small one.
I don't have any small horses, but we got a pony in the back.
Okay, I'll take it.
And it'll do you, yeah.
Well, look who won the pony. I get on a horse and get ready to ride.
All right, so you guys are helped up on horses. Tabitha, you're helped up onto one of the wagons. They give you both extra furs. They see how cold you are. And as you all kind of, make your way silently back towards the city of Makutha. Meanwhile, the rest of you, and Dagmara, you don't know anything. It just happened. I almost thought about muting you.
Absolutely not.
But I know.
We're great. We're doing great.
Fine. We're all fine here. Everything's
we're
fine.
Here. How are you?
Fine here. How are you? Boring conversation, anyways.
Doing great. How are you?
Awesome. All right. So the rest of you are still down in this chamber. And let me start the correct music.
That was great music, by the way. Loved it.
Thank you.
That was captivating.
Really eerie.
Let me not blow out your eardrums here.
Oh, it was ominous.
Oops. Oh, two computers in front of me. Sorry. The rest of you are down in this chamber. Can you all hear that?
Yes.
Awesome. Let me know if it's too loud. Thon had just managed to turn this massive creature that had appeared in front of you to his bidding. But it seemed that you had solved the puzzle. The apparition appears once more, and the hourglass disappears. But he spins and looks down at this ogre and at Thon, and to remind you, the fire in the center of which this being is floating over had transformed into a golden Erisset, what you knew to be a portal right away. So you see this beautiful swirling, like molten gold in this portal down on the floor in a circular shape there, and he's floating above, and he spins slowly to look down at Thon, and he lifts up a hand. No. And you see the portal flashes with this energy and suddenly just turns this dark red, this fiery red, and this smoke reaches out and grabs the ogre, and then Thon starts to move away, and it reaches for him, these wisps, and starts to grab him too, and starts dragging him in. And as do anybody want to do anything as this is happening? You have
Wait, he's dragging Thon in?
Yeah, it's the portal is dragging him in, and you see, as you're watching, you see the ogre disappears. Thon's at the lip, his legs start to go, and he looks back at you, Dagmara.
I'll try to grab him.
Don't know. I jump. I jump.
Both of you do a dex save at disadvantage, or just a straight dex check. You waited,
straight dex check?
Yep, you waited a bit long, so do it at a disadvantage.
Oh gosh.
11.
Okay, Dagmara, what'd you get?
I literally got 5.
So you're both stunned for a moment, and you're watching this happen, and then your brain snaps back in, and you both jump and leap, and you grab, and Seville, you manage to get his hand, and you feel his hand grab on, and it just slips
on hold, man,
right out of your hand,
no.
and just
reach,
and the portal goes back to gold, and
what did you just do?
The apparition turns once more.
What did you just do? I'm talking to you, Mr. Apparition. What did you just do?
And Dagmara just can't handle. I just go towards him, and I take out like a dagger, the closest thing that I have, and I just go right through him.
I stop her right away. I stop Dagmara.
No.
Try to restrain her.
Have a seat.
Let Erisset talk. Let Erisset talk.
I need to go after him. I can't.
Cool yourself right now. I know you're hurting. But what was that? What did you just do?
Evil is not welcome in this chamber.
He was not evil.
What?
The man wasn't evil.
Was he?
Why would you say
trying
he's
to
evil?
Protect me.
His eyes drift away again, and he's just floating there over this portal.
You damn spirits, better get right, man, because I'm sick of these riddles, and I'm sick of this not caring and this neutrality. Give us some answers, man.
Seville. Okay, listen, Mr. Spirit. We're not evil. We're actually quite good. Very, very good. you would do well to inform us of anything that you know. We've been hunting to see what great evil is overcoming this land, and so we would really welcome any insights you can provide to us. I'm really trying to persuade him really hard.
All right, well, persuasion check.
He needs to die. He needs to. Where is he? Where did you take him?
That is a...
We're having some connection issues.
20.
We fought hard. We fought hard
That's
to
a 20.
liberate this city.
Did you
He
hear
had
me?
to
I got a
die.
20.
Yeah. So
I got a 20.
you feel like you made a persuasive argument, but you see that you get the sense this isn't a full entity here. There's no eye contact, there's no dialogue. It's just floating.
Great. So, literally nothing. No. So you have opinions about what's evil, but it's not a two-way street. I love it. Love that.
There's nothing you can offer us.
Sorry, Dagmara. Is the portal open, Judd? I mean, can I sense that it's open again?
Door is open. His mouth moves slowly, like this wind is rushing out.
Where does this lead to?
And there's
Can you give
nothing.
us at least that?
Really? I love it. Cryptic spirits.
And
Where is the portal?
Dagmara, you
Erised?
see the eyes kind of narrow a bit and look down upon you.
What? Did you not take enough already? What else do you want?
You cannot pass.
Do you where? Why?
And his head goes
Erised,
up,
do something. Erised, please.
and he
Dagmara.
starts to slowly
Anything.
kind of
Dagmara.
melt back into the portal.
No!
and-
I jump in! I jump into the portal. I jump in into the portal.
Wild sauce at her best. There you go, lass.
Before he does that, I jump in.
Okay. You witness Erised just immediately jumps in. Erised, you feel as if you had jumped into the center of a star. You just see the brightest golden light surrounding you. Nothing hurts. You just hear this rushing of wind, and you start to smell this scent that is like it's almost like a flower, almost like a peony. It has this beautiful scent, and then you come out of it, and it's equally bright but different. You're standing on ground. You're looking at a realm that you have never seen before. Stretching off to the horizon, you see a beautiful, like, clouded sky, golden sunlight rays pushing between the clouds. You see crystalline castles in the distance atop some of these clouds. You look behind you, you see this beautifully ornate golden archway, not archway, but a circular portal vertically standing, and you see the golden molten light of that portal is starting to close behind you. What are you going to do?
I jump back through it. To my
Jump back through. You hear. You all see as Erised explodes out of the portal just as the gold disappears, and you land on your feet on the edge, the ring of this area.
What is it? Where's it
Grab
go?
her by the face. I said, worked?
Where's it go?
No, can we go to him?
Dagmara, I'm so sorry. I don't know where Thon is. I don't think he's there. But something good exists. Something good is It's within reach. There's a plane, a dimension, a world. I don't know, something very, very clear, very bright. Dagmara, I'm so sorry. I don't think Dawn's part of it. I don't know why.
Someone made a judgment on him. Dagmara, who is this? Who is he?
Who is who?
Who is Thon? Why would...
All he said to me is that he's been trying to protect me ever since he saw me.
Why would
I don't know.
Why would this spirit call evil?
I don't know.
Why would it let you go? Do you think it's because of your affliction?
I think it's that.
Here said
It's that darkness.
Oh God!
This place was very bright.
He carried the necklace. He carried the necklace that my mother gave me. He carried the necklace that carried all the darkness. He had it in him, and he said he had it for my protection. He took it away. He stole it, but it was to actually protect me. He said that to me when we spoke.
But does that mean you're cured?
I just think he sacrificed himself. I just think that he took what I should have taken, and he took it upon him.
What is that?
And I'm alive, thanks to him.
Dagmara, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I shouldn't be the one to be alive. I should be the one that would have gone in that hole, and he should have been here. He took it all for me. What did I do right? I did not.
What is that?
No. We should just go back. We should leave, please. I can't. We should leave. Can we?
Yeah. Let's go. Let's
Thank you.
finish with this place and let's just go.
Is the spirit still here, Judd?
No, it's gone.
It's gone.
And I just go to the place where someone got stuck in, and I just take that ring that he gave me, and I just place it down to where the spot was, and I just say, "Rest peacefully, my friend, until we meet again." Let's go.
Seville.
All right.
Seville.
I'm here.
We'll have to come back to this place.
The look on your
This is what I came here for.
I saw the look on your face. I believe you. I believe you saw something. And just looking at you, I want to feel it too. It seems like
we need answers.
We'll be back.
All the answers.
We will. We'll be back.
I will not believe he's gone, but
Well, let's...
Tell me he's alive, or said, tell me he lives. Tell me he did not die, even if he was evil. Whatever it has happened, he's not dead, is he?
I don't think so. I think the portal can switch to two polarities, I think. I noticed it was red when Thon went through it, but then it was gold again. And where I went, there was such light, such gold. A light that I hope you see. I hope that you and everybody in our troop gets to see.
These are the gods.
So he may not be gone. He may not be gone, Dagmara, but he's not where I went.
Then we'll find him.
Let's finish with this city.
Find him.
Listen, I've got a quick plan. If we can involve Kello and the Luknorians. Let's just grab these tears We've done the fourth already. I'll grab the third. Someone grab the second, the first. Let's run through it with the Lucnorians. Quick. The Necros took a lot from you, Dagmara. There's got to be stores for our journey. I don't know about our allies anymore. I have to contact Larar when we get out of this shield. I don't know what's going on anymore. And I'm confused and I'm upset and I don't know who our allies are going to be. So let's grab whatever we can out of this damn city because we might be on our own. I don't know. But let's move, do it quickly, and let's get to Otto. He wants to look over, make a plan, and I'm for it. I'm curious to see what he's going to say.
I'm ready to get out of this damn city. Yes.
Yeah. And I've got to grab something for Tabitha. So don't give me any pushback on this one. I got to get something. So let's go. Let's work fast. Let's see if we can get these levels quickly. So.
And I just take one last look at the spot. Go with them.
So, Seville, as you approach the door, if you remember, the door slams shut, but you turn the inside handle, and on the inside of the door, you see gears, and you see kind of all this, kind of the mechanism of this door, and everything in here looks ancient. Everything is covered in dust. It's clear that nothing has disturbed this room for a long time. But the handle turns fairly easily, and you hear it, and you hear behind you, and the door swings open, and you see the steps start to, and they all go from a slide to steps once more. And you look behind you, and as you're exiting the room, you see that the room has magically reset to the position you saw it when you entered.
Okay, and I want to make sure we kind of cover all our traces, so there's no sign of disruption. I do a quick once over and make sure that it looks exactly as it was when we first found it.
There's some disturbed, dust because the floor was pretty dusty, so you see footprints and whatnot. But the room itself reset itself. So.
Go ahead. A little prestidigitation to take out our footprints.
Okay.
Little dusts.
So, Erzat, you're trying to figure out, like, how do I smooth this dust? And Seville raises his hand.
Trying to blow the dust back on, like.
And behind you, you don't see this, but he raises his hand, and you see all the dust kind of lifts up, and just.
Did you see what I did? Did you see what I did? And I don't realize he helped me. So I'm super psyched with myself at first, and
well done, Sauce. Well done, Wild Sauce. Excellent spell.
Oh, well.
I look at
thanks.
Seville and Erisette in this endearment that at least they still have each other.
Sorry, Dagmara.
Just enjoy that little moment. Oh, I'm just thinking this. I don't want to make you guys feel a certain way.
No, but I can see it in her face. I see it. I see it in your face. And
we'll head up.
I just gently put an arm on her.
Yeah.
I come up to her and I
just grab it. I grab your hand. Thank you, my friend.
And I think to myself, how does she have so much room in her heart, so much passion for two people at the same time? And I say, you are one who loves greatly and deeply. And I suspect your passions in fury can be just as ferocious. I wonder.
Next time we use them for the right reasons.
I hate to say it, but you scare me sometimes, Dagmara. Do you think Thon cured you when he took that necklace away?
He most certainly was delaying the inevitable, I think. I don't know how far my power will go, but I will try my best to protect you from it. The only thing that was keeping me afloat,
there it is again,
still does in Tevin, is my love for him. If I lose him, I can't promise anything.
Oh my God.
Dagmara, Thon might have been your past, but you're right. Tevin's your present, so
Yes.
Let's all carry on here. And what is that sound?
I don't know, but
I'm going to go try to find out where the hell that thing is.
Seville, those are followers and subs.
Oh, son of a bitch! I thought it was cool special effects.
Sorry, dude. Sorry.
yeah, that's awesome. Keep
We have
coming.
new alerts.
I thought you were joking.
I know, I did too.
No,
I was like,
I'm serious. I thought it was like
love
the
it.
gust.
I was like, wow, he's really committed to this act.
I don't know what's happening
Thanks,
now.
guys.
we got it
I
really.
thought it was like this gust of winter wind coming in, and I'm like, wait a second, what's going on?
Is there a fairy here? Like, what's happening? Yeah, I got
Sounds like dinosaur
We got
footsteps.
raided.
honestly. I keep thinking it's dinosaur footsteps.
That's hilarious.
We just got a raid, but I couldn't see the name, so I'm sure
I don't
Ashley will
know.
tell me in a
Raiders.
moment.
Oh,
It's Dank Dungeon Delves.
Dang
Hello.
Dungeon Delves.
Hello, our
Dank
friends.
Delves.
Good evening.
Welcome
Hello,
back
Danky.
to the
Dankiest
streams.
of all the raiders.
The Dank Masters. All right.
Oh, and
So I'm not
Hero
falling
is
for
hosting
special
us.
effects anymore. No more
Don't fall
special
for
effects.
it. That's not what's happening.
Thanks, Hero Bill.
That was,
right.
So,
All right.
Seville,
I'm back. Yes, I'm back.
Can we get Keller to help us? Do you know where
Yeah.
he went?
So listen, I'm going to go to the 3rd level right now and get that done. If I run into Kello, I need to talk to him and sum this up before we take off. But
Okay,
can you do the 2nd level, Dagmara? All right with the 1st level?
Yes, sure.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Let's clear this quickly.
And
but
I waste
yes.
no time. I am like,
Yeah,
pew.
let's go.
As soon as he says
All
that,
right.
I'm like, pew.
All right, so you all exit. You make your way back up. You go through the kind of secret stone door that you found before, and you're in this building on the 2nd tier. And as you start to exit, we jump back to Otto and Tabitha. I'm going to say at this time, because you're on horses and they know the way, they make it quickly back to the main gate, where you see Ilie jumps down and he takes something from his neck, and you just see this glimpse of gold, and you're not quite sure what it is. And he comes close to that place that you know where the barrier is hiding, the city beyond. And he doesn't put it into any slot or anything, he just holds it out, and you see this, like, it eats away and forms this time into this golden archway. And
we're going to Lupnor or Makutha?
no, Makutha. You're back in Makutha. And
I yeah, go ahead. I was just going to tell him
go for it.
something.
Go for it.
Oh, I was just going to say, see to it that while he's well tended to, kept aside, I'm going to go find Dagmara and tell her the news.
Very well, my friend. The horses will be on the other side of the barrier.
Just kind of nod my head to him and, yeah, continue toward the city of Makutha.
He puts a hand on your shoulder as you pass and just gives a bit of a squeeze and a nod. Thank you.
And Tabitha, like, not super gracefully gets down from her pony. And she is trying to look like really serious too, but she also like leans over and says, if you wouldn't mind, just let me know if you guys have any more snacks.
Snacks. Yeah. Hold on. Do you want some right now? And he, as a wagon is passing by through the archway, he reaches out. He's like, "Hey, yeah, give me that. Yeah, no, that." Yeah. And he takes a bag and he hands it to you. And then you see inside, it's stuffed with travel provisions. You see loaves of bread. You see potatoes. There's some jerky in there.
Okay, so Tabitha rips off a piece of the bread, kind of rips it in half and puts the jerky in the middle like a little DIY sandwich.
Nice.
And she just kind of like follows somberly, trying to be somber, even though she's very excited to be eating again after Otto.
And you just see this like ragtag bunch of Luknorians coming in behind you as you're eating this sandwich and suddenly feeling better about everything. And most of the riders and the people in these carts, they're women and children and a few of the kind of more soldierly people that went to protect them, being brought back to what was once Makutha. So as you retrace your steps back inside the city, we jump back to Seville, Dagmara, Erisette. What are you all doing?
I'm headed to the 3rd level, to the 3rd tier.
To the second.
And
On the second tier.
I was just gonna be asking people, like the Luke Norians or soldiers, whoever's around the city, like where they are, in particular Dagmara, like trying to find my way back to them.
Okay. All right. So I think we have a bit of a time jump here. We got a couple minutes to catch up to everybody, but I think we'll jump back to you in a moment. So
Yeah.
Okay. So Seville, you're going to the 3rd tier, you said?
3rd tier, yeah.
All right. Dagmara, you're going where?
Second tier.
2nd tier. Ariset?
I take the 1st tier.
Okay. So
Great,
in the
so
in
no
the
one's
interest
together.
in the interest of time, because you all see this as you start to disperse and head to your tiers that you want to search, you see that Kello's people are doing the same thing. You realize that there's not a lot of time, and to speed this up, I want you to tell me. I basically created a table, so I want you guys to tell me if you're going to go fast, quick, careful, or slow. And to give you an idea of what that means, fast is like you can do a whole tier in 30 minutes, where you're basically running, looking in buildings and looking, to check out everything as fast as you can. Quick is going to take you an hour for the tier. Careful is a 3-hour search, and slow takes you 1 day, and it's going to take 2 of you per tier to do a slow. So,
Do I see Kello anywhere? Because I know you said I see his people. I want to see if I can find Kello.
well, if you went down to the 1st tier, because you were close to the stairs to the 1st tier, if you just went
Right.
straight down, you didn't see him yet. He's not on the 1st tier.
He's not on the 1st tier. I yell to Dagmara, if you see Kello, tell him to look for us and tell him that we can meet him at a way station later, so his people can do a more thorough search for us.
I'll just give you a thumbs up. Will do.
What's a way station like in this world?
Oh yeah, ask him where the nearest way station is. Also,
Okay.
Will do.
So tell me, because we don't want to spend much time doing this looting, tell me how fast everyone is going. So,
Everyone's
Well-
moving slow.
I mean,
I'm careful.
Be here for 3 days.
I'm like
I think I'm
careful.
gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with
I'm gonna go quick.
basically, if you do anything more than or slower than fast, then Otto and Tabitha are going to return to the city as well. So we'll be able to fold you two back in. All right.
Doing, yeah,
I'll
Fine.
do quick.
careful.
Okay. Well, that might get
That's
interrupted.
a couple hours, right?
That's 3 hours to do careful.
Okay.
All right. So
Well, I
we're going
mean,
to say 30. You have 30 minutes before Otto and Tabitha come back. So, Dagmara, or actually, sorry, Ariset. I'm sorry. What speed are you doing?
Careful.
Okay, another careful. Okay.
But I'm trying to kind of speed up between my careful searches because I run to the next to try to make up time.
No, then you're doing quick. I'm going to say you're doing quick. You're doing like the 1
So
hour.
there's fast, quick,
Yeah, I'm doing quick as well.
careful, slow.
Fast, quick, careful, slow. Fast is 30 minutes, quick is 1 hour, careful is 3
Hour,
hours,
3
and slow
hours,
is a
1
day.
day.
And a day, one takes 2 of you per tier.
Right.
Because you know that
I'm doing
after
quick. I'm
after
doing
1
quick.
day, Kello's people will
Yeah.
have checked every inch of this place.
Yeah.
So you're
But I don't-
basically
Okay, yeah.
Why not just leave it to them in a way? But
Well, hey, because I was trying to find Kello, but I couldn't find him. So I'm hoping Dags does that. So I'm doing quick. I'm quick.
I'll do quick.
going. Yeah.
Okay.
My eyes out.
all right.
But
we
I'm
got
doing
three quicks now. Good. All right. Roll.
Just 3 quicks.
Yes.
Roll investigation.
Quicks.
took some strong arming, but they came around.
Right.
And three
Really
quicks. And I know
heavy-handed things.
what I want to look at. So
I got
at least
15.
for something.
Ooh. It's under the
Yeah. Investigation.
investigation modifier.
Yeah, check your skill.
Boom.
Or
Boom.
Perception.
24.
No,
Actually, it
investigation.
doesn't matter. It's a 19 either way. It's a
Oh, you got
19
19.
either way.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go with Ariset. So Ariset, 19. So you go down to the first tier. and you see people darting in and out. You go to the weaponsmith, you go to the apothecary. There's a large building which once you enter, you realize there's a library. There is the big sun temple at the point of the city. And then there's a small collection of these little houses on the far side of the tier around a dead tree, which look like, you don't know, but they're like tiny little cottages. So with the 19, you find 16 gold pieces.
Okay.
You find 6 regular healing potions.
Wow.
And
Error set.
2 superior healing potions.
Boom, sauce.
Because of
Boom,
your 19.
sauce.
All right. All right. Tier 2.
That's it?
Dagmara. That's it.
All right.
Yeah.
That's the best you can find. And I'm going to say that would probably even have been interrupted by Otto and Tabitha, but we're just going to let you have it. Dagmara, what do you got?
I got a 15.
15. So you are this tier is, this is where the tree is. This is where the larger buildings are. This is where Geisel's sister was being held. These are kind of more stately buildings, and it also has some of the communal buildings, like the kind of eating hall that you all were in previously. So there are a lot more of Kello's people kind of going in, and you've gone into a couple of these houses, and you can see they're there already kind of turning things over. You do manage to find 42 gold pieces. You find 3 gems worth 50 gold each. You find a lot of weapons. Most of them are just basic. Some are ceremonial that you find mounted on walls and whatnot, but nothing that looks super appealing to you. And that is all you find.
Anything I can I would like to loot some of these for my party members. Something for Tabby, something for. There's some
There's shopping spree.
There's basically there's everything on this level that you want to find. There are a lot of fallen weapons from the Lucnorians. So there are swords, there are long swords, short swords, long bows, short bows, crossbows. You can basically take your pick. Just let me know if you're doing a basic or a ceremonial.
Well, if the ceremonial have any extra special ability to them.
No, as far as you can tell, they look like they're just ceremonial. There are a couple ceremonial like pikes and whatnot, some different weapons like that. But
okay.
Nothing.
I'll take the basic ones. I'll take some daggers, crossbow I already said is longbow or crossbow. You can wield 2, right?
I have a longbow and a crossbow. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I might take that.
Okay.
And then Seville, what would you prefer? Give me your request here. Yeah, I'll take if there's a staff or anything of the kind.
Okay.
However much I can carry.
Yeah, grab what you think.
Staffs you don't find. You find just weapons. There are no kind of everything is basically bladed, except the pike is probably the closest that you can find anything that's like a staff, anything that kind of has reach.
And is there like a special, is there any stringed instrument that I can play? I'm feeling quite sentimental.
Oh yeah, actually there are several, because there's basically kind of a kind of, actually, no, I'm sorry, that's on the 3rd tier. But I'm going to say, with these houses, these are kind of the bigger, wealthier houses that people of power were occupying at the time, and there are some. You can take your pick, instrument. Lutes.
Well, I'm just thinking something that
pan
Otto
flute
can upgrade with.
Okay.
9-piece drum set.
Yeah.
One-man band. Okay.
Yeah, is that a pan flute? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say you find of all the instruments, you find a really nice pan flute and a really nice lute. The lute has some beautiful inlay on it. It does not look like it was property of the necromancers. It has these birds on it that look like maybe phoenix birds, one on each side of the face. and their tail feathers kind of loop and curl down where the strings terminate at the bottom. It's quite beautiful.
I will most take that one.
Okay,
Wow.
awesome.
That's beautiful.
All right, so that's
Great.
it for
Yep.
tier 2. Now,
That's my
Seville,
looting.
Yeah. All right, I got a 24.
24. Okay.
So I'm just looking interesting buildings, and I want to
So this
run into. Yeah, go ahead.
This level has, I think, kind of some of the most interesting buildings. You find several meditation chambers. You find what is very clearly kind of like a spa, a bathhouse type thing. Looks like despite the evilness of the necromancers, they were definitely using the bathhouse. And
I'm changing
you
to
see-
slow. No, I'm kidding.
you find several houses. There is a full auditorium for kind of theatrical performances here or speeches. You find 93 gold pieces. You find 7 gems worth 50 gold. You find a collection of exotic weapons in one of the buildings. These are obviously captured from different kind of creatures. There's an oversized club that must be from a giant. I mean, it's massive. There are scimitars. There are shurikens. So kind of just very interesting weapons adorning the wall.
I'll grab a scimitar.
Okay. You find 2 potions. Which you hold them up. You know they're not healing potions. They have like a murky, kind of muddy green look to them.
I'll take them.
Okay. And that's all you find as far as items on this level, but you do come across Bofty, who is standing in front of this building. And
Yeah.
hey, have you seen Keller? I've been waiting for him.
I've been looking for him myself. No, he might be down on the first tier, perhaps. Listen, I wanted to catch you real quick. I'm so glad I ran into you. Look, you said something about monsters. You said something about beasts or something in some capacity.
Yeah, we got a fucking menagerie in here. But so I've been trying to
That's the
get
word
Keller to look for it.
I'm
To
looking
look at
for.
it. Yeah, menagerie.
You mind if I?
Yeah, go for it.
What's that?
Go for it.
Yeah, I've heard that word before, and I want to go check it out.
Okay, as you enter, I'm going to say, Otto, Tabitha, you've made your way back into the city. This time, you've entered the grand staircase. It's been pointed out that if you remember, you passed through that darkness of the kind of demon sculpture in that one large underground room, and you went to an impenetrable darkness, and you came out the grand staircase that leads right up to the middle of the second tier. As you come up the stairs, you see the golden tree before you, and you see various people kind of running around here and there.
I just go up to someone and I say, "Have you seen Dagmara?"
Dagmara. Yeah, I did actually. Try one about, I don't know, I mean, it's been a couple minutes, but one street over and closer to the third tier. She was checking some of the buildings over there.
And before he even finishes his sentence, I'm just walking that direction.
Okay.
And Tabitha's like almost skipping to try to keep up with Otto on a mission.
Okay.
Yeah, these are not.
We're not dilly-dally.
Guided by his want to do so, but his obligation.
Understood. So you pass to the right and you go to one of the major thoroughfare streets on the second tier. It's a street you've been on before. It leads to the building that you first infiltrated when you saved Tevin. And you see Dagmara comes out of a different building in kind of a hurry. She comes out and she's got some weapons in her arms and she's got a lute and she's looking around. She's about 20 feet away.
And I just like say under my breath, only audible to Tabby, "Oh, 7 hells." And
I see them. Otto, Tabitha. My God. When did you come back?
Yes, we've made our way back. Why don't you set that stuff down a moment? I was hoping we could have a chat.
Chat? We're trying to get out of here. We need to get to Lucknow. I
really need
to
to
talk to
sit
Tevin.
down.
Well, we will. But really, just indulge me, please. And my face is like just so ripe with like something unsettling.
Okay. All right.
And I kind of like pull her over into a section of the room, and I say, Dagmara, I'm so terribly sorry.
What?
We
Did you
were
find out Thawne is gone? Did
What?
you already meet Seville and Erisette?
What do you mean, Thawne?
Is that what you found out? He got sucked in by a portal nearly 30 minutes ago.
Oh,
So he's
dear.
gone.
Okay. No, it wasn't that.
What?
We were-
What is it?
We were on our way back to Luthor to secure mounts. But I'm afraid we didn't make it as far back to the city. You see, there were dangers along the way, and those that were sent back before us, I'm afraid that they were overwhelmed by these dangers. And Dagmara, I'm so terribly sorry to tell you this. Heaven, I'm afraid.
Dagmara can't hold it. She literally throws up on the ground.
And I go to her and like to her aid and kind of like put a hand to her back, and I like look away for a second, and then I look to Tabby, just my face ripe with sadness.
And Tabitha just like looks up at Dagmara and like kind of wipes her face and tucks her hair behind her ears and then just gives her a little hug.
I'm just shaking. There's nothing I can say. Nothing I can do.
And I
with,
give
like-
her a good long while where I don't say anything.
And I just gather all the power that I have in me, and it just explodes and like
And Tabitha backs up.
Do I hear that? It sounded loud.
Well, yeah, I'd say it. You probably are finishing and you know heading back up to the second tier. You see ahead of you this scene. Dagmara is in so much pain.
You see Erisette now?
You see her
Can you tell me
approaching.
what he looked like? What did he look like? Can you please tell me?
And
What was he like?
I kind of like put hands on like both of her
Do
shoulders,
not spare a detail. Just tell me.
and I put both hands on her shoulders, and I look her dead in the eye. I say, "You can see for yourself when you're away." And I kind of just like give her a hug. And
I
like
just put my
as I'm
hand
giving
on
her a
his
hug, my
back.
face is like pointed toward Erisette. You said she's coming in, right?
Yeah, she's walking up to you
And
now.
like my face is just like
And Tabitha scurries over to Erisette and just kind of like whispers in her ear, like, Devin is no longer with us.
What? No, Fawn. Fawn died. It wasn't Tevin, it was Fawn. He fell into the portal.
Well, yeah, that too, but right now we're more worried and upset about Tevin. So.
What do you mean? What happened to him? Where is he? Where did you even see him?
And I explained that when we were out there on our way to Lukenor, we came across him and all the spiders. I describe it in great detail, but just like whispering under my breath.
Oh my god.
I know, it was awful. But we fortunately came across Iliad and were able to bring his body back, so Tevin will get a proper burial. So that's a good thing, at least.
Yes, you did a good thing, Tabitha. That was a good thing.
And
I
she just
think
kind of like
Dagmara
rubs her
just-
back. Where's Seville? He's the last to know.
Yes, he's finishing up. We did a quick search of the city to see if we could find any clues, anything connected to what we're trying to put together. But we went very quickly. Kello, I think, is going to do a more thorough search. I was hoping Dagmara would run into him.
I was kind of.
Dagmara just walks up. I would just walk up to you guys. I think it's time to leave this damn city.
I agree.
Let's go back to Lucknow. Let's just deal with it and move on in our way. Can we please?
Oh. And I kind of stay by Dagmara's side because I want to, escort her back to where Tevin's body is so that she can make sure to, get everyone out there so that she can
Have her moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And as we watch you all solemnly make your way down the street, we're going to take a quick break. If you are interested in winning the amazing painted ogre from Thrill Studios, so hard to switch on this, so heavy. I'm like, oh my God.
More death to come, guys. Stick with us. And
Yes.
a 2-minute break. Who knows who else?
Yes, indeed.
Who knows who else will die?
Yes.
Bad things happen in threes.
So
Who knows?
enter the code word ogre, that's OGRE, into chat, and you hopefully will maybe win this really cool mini and the other minis as well. We'll be back in a couple of minutes and we'll do that drawing. All right, thanks everyone. See you in a minute.
See you all
Bye, guys.
soon.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
And now I need
Coming.
to see if Ashley, if you want to send me the. I think we were on different wavelengths about when we were going to do the drawing, but we're doing the drawing. So let me know who won it, and I will let everybody know.
I don't know. I am not even watching.
And if you are new to the show tonight, hello and welcome. Thank you for the follows and the subs we've gotten tonight. Do check out all of our links below. We would love you to go to YouTube and be the last couple people to hit that subscribe to our YouTube channel and get us our dedicated YouTube URL. It would be totally sweet. I think we only need a couple. So that would be
Especially
awesome.
if you're trying to
wow.
catch up old
Yeah.
episodes,
Yep.
or if you haven't tuned in for a while, maybe catch up.
Yeah, exactly. I'm I'm about to I think I'm about to dump like 5 more episodes on YouTube. So, okay, we have a winner. So once again, I want to thank both of our sponsors, Skull Splitter Dice, and
Splitter.
Thrill Studios. Now, Thrill Studio gave us the coolest ogre mini, which I meant to have in front of me to hold up, but you saw it last episode. They professionally painted it, and they included it with 6 these other soldier minis, or kind of city guard minis that we're going to be shipping out.
Yeah, the guards.
And our winner, who won this mini, is, well, it's Scuzzy 0001. Scuzzy 0001. Congratulations. You
Scuzzy.
are the winner.
Not quite as scuzzy now.
Not so scuzzy with that new mini you just won. Well done.
Scuzzy Fuzzy was a bear.
So Scuzzy, send us a DM so we can get your address and get that out to you ASAP. All right, everyone. Let's jump back in. So to remind you all, we've had some terrible news for. Oh, I just realized. I'm sorry. I forgot to check. Our players are out of order. My apologies. So while I'm fixing that, you all tell me what you're doing, and remind you that Seville is up on the 3rd tier if you want to meet up. And I'm gonna move
and just so I'm clear,
windows around. Yep.
Okay, Seville. Otto. Did you take Dags privately away, like just the 2 of you, to go view the body? I wasn't
we're
sure.
right. We're all right by each other, as I understand.
So the body's like right there on the wagon.
No.
Okay.
The body is back at a caravan, and so
I thought you were taking her towards it. No.
Yeah. I am going to.
With or without others, or just the 2 of you.
That's up to you guys. I figured she probably wants a moment to herself, but I was just going to show her where that was.
Yeah. Dagmara, do you want me to go with you?
I think I need to see this on my own. Thank you, my friend.
Erisette, we need to go tell Seville.
Yes. Hopefully he'll be back soon. And I haven't seen Kello anywhere. Has anybody seen Kello? I've been trying to find him. No, none of you. Can we shout without creating a fuss, Judd? Or is that like a dangerous thing in this land of Kufa?
I just like the image of you walking around the city being like, Kello!
I did just yell out in a blood-curdling scream.
I just think anyone who would find anyone that way is, that tickles me a little bit.
I mean, I will say, just to jump in, I will say that the overall mood of what you see now of the people, Kello's people, the leftover survivors from Lucanor, and again, there aren't many. There were about 30 or so before the people who were carting off to safety re-entered the city. But there's more of a relaxed kind of posture, as you see. I mean, they've checked all the buildings now, and they're pretty sure at least any dangerous presence has been wiped out. So right. Are you all making your way up to the 3rd tier? You do not see Kello.
All right, I don't see Kello, and I'm like...
Tabitha rolls her eyes and just steps over to one of the people that are nearby and is like, "Have you seen Kello?"
And then try to call Seville because I'm sure he'll recognize our secret code. I'm like,
I hear him going to the building. I'm haunted.
Yeah.
I'm haunted.
Kello. I spent a few minutes since I seen him. He was near the center of town. That's last I saw him. But it's been like 30, 40 minutes.
Have you seen Seville? Our a friend with the hat with the
Yeah, I did see him not too long. He's up on the 3rd tier. Straight, actually, follow this road straight up. You'll see him.
Okay.
Seville,
come on, Erisette.
Seville,
go get him.
It's taking too long.
Judd, where am I?
He's right there.
So we're gonna back up a little bit. So you guys are gonna, as Erisette is doing her bird whistle,
Yeah.
The call that we
It's like a
made.
call.
Oh, I know.
That's the
Trust me.
Metro
Metro.
I
It's
remember.
an owl call. If
I-
you must know, it's an owl.
That's an
I
okay.
remember the reference.
Okay.
I just didn't know what the creature
Duh.
was.
Okay.
All right.
I never actually told anybody it was an owl call until now.
I would have
But
kept,
Tabitha-
that to yourself, but
Yeah,
it's
but
an
yeah,
owl.
yeah.
Okay.
Now it's just like okay. You get to the top of the stairs and you see Seville is talking to Bofty at the end of the road, almost about to go up to
there he
at the
is.
bottom of the 4th tier steps, and he's just about to start walking in. You see him kind of take a step inside this building.
No, Seville, that's enough. Come here.
We have
It's
something
enough.
to tell you.
We've had some things happen, Seville. I think we need to leave here.
Listen, I've got to check this. They've got creatures here, like that necromancer, the menagerie, the ones where they sold Tabitha and Otto.
Tevin has died.
What?
We discovered him
Yeah.
when we were on our way to Lupnor, and Dagmara's very broken up, and we just need everyone to be together right now.
All
Okay?
right. All right.
And Seville,
All right.
I'm worried. I don't know what this
Yeah.
is going to do to Dagmara. I really don't.
I was thinking that after she lost Thon.
I know,
God.
Yeah,
Bruce
well,
is gay.
imagine that double
Yeah.
all at one time right this second.
You know that's why that wraith, that whatever that spirit was that allowed you to go through but not her.
Yes, I do know.
This might be a problem.
I agree with you. That's why I'd like you to come. We
All
can.
right. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
But Seville,
Yeah.
I believe there's good in her.
No, there's no doubt. I mean, I just feel, yeah, a plague of the mind is no, yeah.
I know what you mean. It is a liability completely, and that's
No,
why I want you by us,
yeah.
by our side, especially right now when it's very raw. At least until we can determine what this is doing to her.
All right, well, you two might think that she's a liability and she's like...
No, it's not what I was saying at all.
She
No.
is my friend, and she just had 2 terrible losses today, so
Yeah.
I really
It's-
just give support.
It's not
Listen.
at all what I was saying. I meant it, I know problems of the mind. It's not what I meant at all.
Tabitha, there's more to it, and honestly, she's my friend too. And
We start walking as we're talking.
yeah, and
you- well, and-
I didn't say anything about her. I haven't said to her myself. I told her myself
Is
about that. I'm
Bofty-
worried.
So what? You're not going. I could use some help here. You guys all going in here?
Sorry.
Just give me, this could be a major clue into what they're doing with these beasts.
Seville, you're on a timer. Go and come back.
I'll be 10. I'll be
Okay,
down.
fine.
I'll catch you.
10
and I go like this-
seconds.
I go like this
Okay.
with the ring I have on. It's in
Right,
your
right.
pack. It's in your pack. So I'm
Fast,
running. I'm rushing
slow,
off.
medium, or snail. Speed.
He's going fast.
Caterpillar.
No.
Anyway, Tabitha, listen, while he's gone, I need to.
Okay.
We went down and we found a portal, an amazing portal, and she wasn't allowed in. Only
Oh, Dagmara?
yes, only
Oh.
pure good, I think, is allowed where I went, and it was wonderful. It was everything was gold, Tabitha, everything.
Oh. But I don't think I'll be let
Also-
in because I'm not purely good, because, you know, I'm always stealing from people.
I don't know what kind of criteria they have. I think it's more about darkness. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. And I will go back most likely at some point, and hopefully with all of us. But the point is this. Well, when her love was thrown into another version of that portal that was red and fiery and seemed to make him disappear forever.
Are we talking
with,
about Thon?
Yes. Thon and a magical creature he had sort of turned into his bidding doing.
Okay, I'm following, I think.
But anyway, they were both totally destroyed in this portal that
In
turned
the same
red.
portal?
Yes, they were thrown into it, and then it turned gold, And then I jumped in before it closed up because I was so drawn to it. And I came back out. But the long story short is after that, Dagmara fell to pieces because Thon was dead. And she said she can't really vouch for what happens to her.
Okay, and Tabitha's like taking this all in, like she's got her baguette and she's popping little pieces in her mouth like she's watching a movie with popcorn.
Yes, yes, that's what I'm saying.
Is it at all within the realm of reason that I may have escorted Dagmara back to her dead person to look after, and made my way back to the party in time to hear any of this story?
Yeah, I think you're with her because I think she said she wanted to go alone.
We said we were walking.
Yeah, so I think you're with everybody.
Yeah, I was just showing her where it was, and I kind of just leave her be. So yeah, assuming now that I'm back with everyone and I'm hearing this story from Araset, I too am kind of like curling the end of my mustache and I'm taking it all in, and I say, well, I would be very wary of returning to this fantasy land with sort of etched in stone, black and white, dubious perceptions of morality. I say we venture elsewhere.
Well, yes, of course. I agree. I don't want Dagmara to be excluded or anything like that. But my point to Tabitha was just that, and I've said this to her, I'm not saying anything I didn't say to her face. I told her myself I'm worried about her. But
we understand that. I'm just saying it's ripped one of us through. Granted, we did not know Thon long, but he proved himself rather resourceful, and we know, based on what he did for Dagmara, he was quite a capable ally. He was ripped away from us. I see no reason why we would risk putting any more of us at risk. I think these portals here are far too dangerous a liability.
And I certainly agree about it with this one. I mean, you have to understand, I studied portals. That was an area of my training.
Then you know in your heart that I am right.
On this one, yes, I do agree. But something tells me if we succeed in our journey, that we will need to come back here, or it will come back to us.
Araset, can you, I don't know if you like to keep notes normally for your journals or anything, but to make note of these portals, but just, if you could just detail this one down, because it does sound like it's a kind of place that I would like to try to visit on account of all the gold you described.
Yes, Tabitha, but also by the time we reach this portal again, you won't be needing gold. I don't mean to sound overly dramatic, but the good that was in this land, it was like something like necromancers had never even existed, like air before evil breath ever expired in it.
It sounds like nothing more than a fantasy. How can you be sure that what you saw was even true with all the illusions that have come our way?
Seville, I know portals. And I went in the portal. And I chose to come back out to get all of us. Because something tells me that we are far away from the good that is in that land.
I think we're far away from most places as we are now.
Yes. So I agree. It's very dangerous. I don't know, Thon. I don't even know him. What if everything he said was a lie? Maybe there was some hidden evil in him.
There was something dubious about him, but I'm afraid that it serves us nothing to dwell on his nature. We'll never be able to find the answers to those questions, it sounds like, given his fate. Now let's see to it that we don't follow suit. I say that we heed Dagmara's words. she wishes to leave this city and move on to fight the necromancers. Well, they were not just merely here. We know this. She wishes to
agree.
return to Lugnor, or rather, perhaps even to her home, if memory serves. This is something we'll all have to consider together, where we're going next.
I think we need to find out what afflicts Dagmara and what is the source of what has her. And I don't know if maybe she's cured now. I think Thon had that necklace that kept her from her evil, but I just don't know if she's cured now.
I don't think we have time to worry. We'll have to hope so, or else deal with the fact that she's not. But we need to take down these necromancers.
I agree with you entirely, and I wish we had some kind of connection between all of the random things that we've seen and come across. It's driving me crazy.
What do you mean?
I just don't. I don't see any connection between any of it. I don't. I just don't understand.
Between what? What are you missing? You don't know what the necromancers are up to?
I just can't put my finger on it. I feel like
they wish to bring back full news. You know this. There's no secret. They've not masked their will at all. So what is it that you don't understand?
So you think that's it? It's just these necromancers. That's the only thing that we need to worry about.
I think that that's the main thing we need to worry about.
I also agree it's the main thing we need to worry about.
I don't think we should worry about other things that get in the way of us worrying about the necromancers who are trying to tear apart the world as we know it. But I am willing to hear an argument to the contrary.
I don't know, Seville. I mean, Nato, I wish I knew. I wish.
And I kind of like lean over and I put like a hand on the floor and I say, listen, I know you desire to know. But we will. We'll find out. Think of how much we've learned and uncovered already. And soldering on.
And Erisette, we really need you to come with us on our journeys.
No, of course.
We need your ranging skills. We need all of your amazing work that you do in nature to try to get us to find the way.
Your collection of headbands.
It's no question. You don't understand, do you? You've become my friends. I don't think you understand how I'm made. But I don't make bonds lightly. You were very special to me. All of you. I didn't expect to have anyone on this journey with me. I was willing to do it completely alone, but to have you with us, all of us together, it comforts me. It gives me strength, and certainly you have skills I don't. So anything you need from me, you'll get it. And I hope I can count on you for the same.
Of course.
Of course.
And would it be like Seville or Dagmara coming back now? How much time has passed?
Yeah, actually, so I was just about to jump in there. So great segue. So Seville, you see them, the three of them walking off, having this conversation. You quickly pop in, and this building, it's a one-story building, gray stone, double, looks like oak doors, and they're already open. You start to enter, and you're really surprised that there's no first floor in this building. The stairs, like inside the door, immediately go down, and the smell hits you. It's like decaying flesh and feces. It smells terrible. And Bhakti looks at you and he's like, yeah, smells great, right? Come on. And leads you down, and you go down these stairs, and you see below there are these series of these large cages that line up three of the four walls down below. They probably held hounds at one point back in the day, but they've been repurposed. And you see all manner of creatures down here. Roll a perception check for me. I'll tell you what you see.
17.
Okay, so you look around. Your eyes kind of dart to the one wall that doesn't have cages, and there is there's a circular tunnel that looks like it goes off into darkness, and it's got iron bars covering the entrance. But your eyes come back to these cages, and you see a strange collection of beasts. Half are dead. The half that are still alive look definitely underfed. You see skin and bones for the most part. You moving closer, you see the largest of all of them. These bright green eyes are tracking you, and you see a dragon hound, but one of the feral ones that you've heard about in the plains, not the domesticated kind.
Can you guys describe what a dragon hound is? It sounds really cool, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah, you guys haven't seen them since since your first arrival in Navir. Poking out, you saw these. They're kind of the analog of dogs here in Anacroli. They look like miniature dragons. So dragons without wings, and they have tails, and they are muscular, kind of like a pit bull on steroids with a very dragony kind of head. A smaller variety was bred to be domesticated in Anacroli, so you'll see a lot of those in the cities. But out on the plains, they grow large, and they are very dangerous. Pack hunting animal.
Really good that you clarified that, because I feel like, some people might have just imagined like a cocker spaniel with little dragon wings.
That sounds really cute. These are definitely more menacing than cute. But this one, despite being near death from starvation, it just stares at you with this intensity, and you just hear this, and it just pulls back its lips, and you just see these razor sharp teeth, and it's just still has spirit, still fighting in there. You move on to the next one. You see there's some collection of birds. They all seem like they're dead. There's an insectoidal human curled up in a ball, also dead, very clearly.
That's not right.
We're talking like human centipede situation?
No, more like
not right.
more like if an ant kind of got up and was bipedal. It has like chitinous armor.
Just skip that one.
Yeah, exoskeleton.
Nope.
But it is dead and kind of curl, like all of its appendages are curled in.
Okay.
And you pass by a dark cage at the end. It looks empty, and you start to move on. And Bofty grabs you, and she's like, "Oh no, that one ain't empty." She's like, "It's a swamp cat in there." And you look, and you see it's like the blackness, the darkness in there shifts a little bit, and then lightning fast, you scream and jump back as you just barely see these eyes that catch the light, and there is this black paw that reaches out, razor sharp claws, just inches from your face as you pull back.
Wow.
And you just see this kind of insolent look, and it turns its gaze away, and it melds back into the darkness again.
Wow.
I wouldn't fuck with that one.
What was your first clue? It's a cat.
What do you think they're doing here?
I don't know. I mean, we found bits of them cut up in other houses. I think they were using them for experiments or something. I don't know. It's all fucked up, right? Necromantic shit.
Any paperwork, anything you found?
Paperwork? No, dude.
Yeah, any
no.
books, anything that's describing what they're doing?
Books? No. No, we just found these poor beasts. What's left of them, anyway.
We got to put them out of their misery.
No, don't kill them.
Well,
You got to let them go or kill them.
I've been waiting to talk to Keller about it, what we want to do.
I mean, what are they going to do? Starve to death? I mean, I don't want to get torn up by one of these beasts. But
Oh, no, if we keep them
not
alive, we'll
right.
feed them.
All right.
I mean, if nothing else, we'll make them plump, and then we'll slay them.
All right. Yeah, see, I've seen I heard talk about this before, down near Merrig, near the, there was Gavar, near the, you ever hear of the shade trade?
Nah, what's that?
Well, it's like flesh trade. They you know, there's pleasure slaves.
Where's Marek? I don't even know Marek. Where's that at?
It's near Vorden. You ever hear of Vorden City of Coins?
Yeah, Kingdom. We're not in the Kingdom down here, mate. This ain't no Kingdom.
These necromancers, the thieving guilds, right? The Malimenar, Akira.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard of them. I don't know 'em.
Yeah. Well, you heard of them. Well, they're just running beasts like this, and one of them was connected to one of these necromancers. And I don't know what they're doing. They're training them. They're getting an army, something like that. I just had to see it for myself.
I think they're all fucking shite. I tell you, they're all chopped up in other buildings, so they're probably using them for potions and whatnot.
That's exactly what I was thinking. There's some kind of shit like this. All right. Well, look, just promise me, put these fucking things out of their misery. I trust you'll do it.
We will one way or another.
All right. Well, listen, I'm sorry you had to go through with what you had to go through with these things, but you got the city back. Make a good living here and defend this place. This ain't over. If they return, just be ready.
Huh. Oh, we'll be ready. I mean, you've seen Luknor. You've seen
a fight.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we do here. I mean, I also make pastries, but other than that, we fight damn well.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, I heard you make good pastries.
But
one
she
of your
gets
mates.
serious for a moment. She's like, "But yeah, we'll be ready."
All right, I'll shake her hand and I'll see you around the way.
Right. Look after yourself, yeah?
We'll do our best.
Okay. And I'll say you go up and you can run and catch up with the rest of the group. Dagmara.
Yeah, I'll come down.
You make your way to the center of town and you see Ilie standing and talking to Kello, actually. And he looks over at you. His face turns somber. He says something to Kello and he walks over to you. Hey there.
Hey.
Do you want to see him?
Yes.
Oh.
Show me.
And he turns and he leads you back down the stairs. You pass through that impenetrable darkness and you enter once again the cavern, and as you do, you see coming through the door, this is a straggling line of a few of the Luknorians returning, and a few of them nod to say hi to you. You don't even acknowledge. And then you see several carrying what looks like some kind of a, stretcher, and there's a cloak over, and you know immediately it's him when they see your face and their eyes fall. And they bring him up to you and lower it down on the ground in front of you, and they step away and touch you on the shoulder. And Ilie backs away.
I just reach to the cloth and I pull it. And I pull it all down just to see what the damage was, and very quickly pull it back up. Because that's not how I want to remember him. And I just caress his head.
And you look into his face and you see the faintest hint of a smile in death. He looks peaceful. Despite all of his injuries, despite his coloring and everything, he looks peaceful. Sorry, go ahead.
I'll just caress his cold face. And I just say, our love was doomed from the start, wasn't it? Me with my ever-growing moods and darkness, and you with constantly going into adventures, getting lost, getting found, finding me. You can rest now. And I just lean in and just ever so slightly. And I just hug him and press him against my chest and just stay there for a moment. Just hugging him. I love you, Tevin. I always have. You're my love. The only love. And I just lay him back down and take one last look. And I look at Ilie and I just say, we shall burn him. That's what he always wanted. And I will get a box. There's a wooden one in my workshop. I want to carry him with me wherever I go.
I will help you.
I turn around. And I just turn around and walk off.
Okay. Seville, you catch up with Tabitha, Otto, and Ariset on the second tier. What would you guys like to do?
When I see him, I just give him a smile. Otto, how about laying a plan down? I think it's time to leave. Where's Dagmara? Where is she?
She's went to see Ted for the last time.
All right.
Find anything interesting in there?
I found some good stuff, yeah. As far as that menagerie, it seems like their necros are just collecting beasts, putting the poor things in the cages, running experiments for spell parts, potions. I don't know.
That sounds like a down dirty raid if I've ever heard one.
Gaming as usual. Thanks for the raid. And welcome, everyone.
Welcome.
So we're having some intense scenes here, so please make yourself comfortable.
I don't know. I saw bowls of blood in one house that I went into. I don't know. I just want to get out of this fucking city.
I'm ready to get out of the city too. So you definitely don't think there's any like cute animals that we could like take under our wing in there?
I thought about it. That's why I wanted to go. I didn't know if there was any kind beasts that were put in there, something that we could use, but it's a slaughterhouse. It's sick.
Aww.
Just creatures, poor things, just curled up and dead. Birds, beasts, some swamp cat, some dangerous swamp cat. So if we go to the swamps, which is on that map I want to look at, I guarantee we're going to be running into one of those things. So
what map?
Okay.
What map, Seville?
A map.
I have a map. I got a map of these 5 sites that I swiped when I did my little solo mission up back into Makutha.
Remember when he came back and he smelled of like burning embers?
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
And
yes.
marks on the 5 sites.
Yeah. So don't yell at me now because I got a mop and we're going to take this and we're going to beat them. But I want to set this down and let's go over it proper. I need a drink and we need to tend to this girl, Dagmara.
Yes, I was just saying to Otto how frustrating it is not to have an overview so we can start piecing together what the hell these necromancers are trying to do. And
what time of day is it? Sorry.
It's about at this point it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Look,
Let's get everyone together. I think a drink after what has transpired today sounds Well,
I'm just,
I suppose
yeah.
I do.
With the adrenaline going, you just don't know. My stomach's in knots. I'm ready to eat, and I've got other intel that I swiped as well. So
Yeah.
let's do it. Where are we gonna go?
I mean, why don't we just go back to that tavern?
That sounds.
The like dining hall.
Hello,
Yeah,
Mad
let's just-
Bird.
What's up, Mad
Welcome,
Bird?
Mad Bird Streams.
Why are you
You
guys,
mad bird.
why are you guys always so mad? What's bothers
You give me the bird. You give me the bird. Sorry.
Okay, so how far away is that dining hall that had like food still on the table and
Very
like,
close, actually. So you've all made your way back down to the second tier. You're on the right-hand side. You know it's right in the middle. It's actually just like 2 buildings over.
And I don't know about you
Great.
guys, but I basically imagine we sit and we wait until Dagmara's back so that we can all
And then we
discuss
all go to
everything
the dining
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's
So I
just.
think that's what we're
Yeah.
prepared to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll go there. We'll set up. We'll lay out the map, lay out pages, and we'll just wait for Dagmara. I'm gonna see if there's a Luknarian around that's just maybe milling around or standing guard, and say to her or him, when you see Dagmara, just tell her we're in this dining hall.
Mhm.
Yeah, and they're like, "We'll do."
Okay.
All right, we'll wait. Set
Okay,
the
so
table.
I guess we're in the dining hall.
So actually-
drinks and stuff.
Dagmar, you see them all crossing over and going into the same dining hall that they were in before. You're coming up at the top of the steps. They're just literally 100 feet ahead of you. Basically on the other side of the large golden tree that's there. And you see them just disappear in the door.
So I look at just walk out of there, and for a second I just look at my my dragon scales, and I think, and then I just go. I run back to Elie, and I say,
were
Elie,
so
Elie, so close, super quick. I run back super quick, and I just say, Elie, no, don't burn the body, do not.
No,
I
no
have to go
problem.
back to my father. There is one question I need to ask, and then we'll do what we need to do. There might be a way. And I just move away from him and
And you see
walk
his
towards the tavern.
slightly confused, but then understanding hits him. He kind of gives you this strange look, and you just turn and make your way away.
Keep it frozen. Just don't burn it. Thank you, my friend.
Understood. Will do.
And I make my way towards the tavern.
I just sort of like
And-
instinctively like stand and kind of just like look at her, my face kind of full of emotion when she enters into the tavern, and just kind of like give her a very like deliberate glance as she comes over to us.
And I hand her a very heavy pour of wine.
And I just I take the wine. I drink it, like very thirstily, just like drink. Put down the cup, and I just kind of fall on my knees and literally just right into Tabby and just hug her as tightly as I can, and just kind of let it out.
Oh, baby.
And look up to him. My friends.
Mhm.
You're all I have left. And I say this in the best possible way. Your group has given me strength and understanding and a direction. And I've come to love every single one of you. So I've decided that there has to be a way to bring him back to life.
Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting it to go in that direction.
I just sort of like
All right.
nudged Tabby, like,
Call me crazy, but I vote for Asley.
your father, the masterful physician. Is that right?
Is there,
Yes.
Dagmara, and please, I mean no disrespect, is there a reason why you want to wake the dead?
A selfish one, yes. I just can't believe. I can't believe he's gone.
There is such power.
I understand. I know.
The reason is that when I lived in Asley, I used to be a part of the Temple of the Light. That's where I studied. Clerics there, even though the gods had gotten silent for a long time, they always tried. They tried to harness the magic that Erisette, you probably saw, that bright, good, pure magic, pure love and energy. And I'd like to believe that the gods, although silent, have not deserted us. I will not let him go until I've seen every single possibility there is. I will let him go if I know he cannot be returned, but I will not stop until I look for every possible way.
Would it be, and I say this from my heart, here, at least in this godforsaken cold, the body can be preserved. If we take Tevin with us in warmer weather, I don't want to have to see you watch that body decompose.
There are chambers underground where we store our wine and where we store our meats for the winter. There's a way. It is this cold in this place, so thankfully that's one thing that's good for us. He'll be able to stay there untouched by decay until we hopefully find a way.
You wish to see
Yes.
safely back to Asley, then that is your right. That is your wish.
Yes.
I, for one, will accompany you.
And I put my hand on his
that-
shoulder.
I imagine that all of us are willing to accompany you. Besides, there may be other good reasons to make way to Asley.
Well, you all are people of reason. I know, Seville, you of all would want the most sound reason possible, I know. If I do remember correctly, and if there is hope, my biggest hope is that the clerics and the priests there will have found a way to contact the gods. And they don't want to reveal it or make it clear to the world yet, because the necromancers will look for every weak chink in the armor to expose us and to defeat it. But if the gods are back, then all good will be restored. And you just see this kind of almost maddening grimace on smile on Dagmara's face.
I
Going a
share
little crazy.
a quiet look with just those I can make eye contact with, and rest, Dagmara. Just rest your mind. Let's look over these maps. There might be a way to check to see communication with the gods. I don't believe it's restored, but something may have happened with that golden tree. It's old. And you remember Arik from your village? Or Arik?
Not Reek, honey. Giving me PTSD from Game of Thrones.
Right.
Oh, Reek.
Right. Right.
Arik.
That,
Arik.
the bloodhounds were angry. I'm getting a lot of flashbacks.
That guy.
Yeah.
Reek, it rhymes with week. So he's a follower. That night, I remember you accompanied me. I asked you to bring me to her to see if she had anything for me before I went up back to Makutha to do my mission. She follows something old, Chaturel. It's an old god or goddess. I don't even know, but Chaturel is something that almost has been forgotten. And I just want to see if she knows, if she's been touched, if something that we're doing with these golden trees may have brought back something to her. You may what you're looking for, at least for answers, may just lie right in Lukenor. As we leave, I'd like to stop by there. Any bit of information we have is a disadvantage to these necromancers. And please forgive me, but yes, I do need something more than something personal going back to your home city of Asley.
What would that be exactly?
I need a reason that helps us. If we're all in agreement and we're all together going after these necromancers or these 5 sites, and I lay down the map, I take it out of my pack, take my pack off, I stretch out this map that I found, I put a flagon on the corners, I take over the 7 parchment pages that I stole from the same desk, but later on I put that down. Otto, I believe you have notes from Schmettrell, a love letter, and something else we got from Schmettrell's house that you have held on to as you deciphered it. We
Love
have
letter, yes. It was terrible, just marked. It was dreadful. I hesitate to even open it and read it again. It was so dreadful.
But there was a message in it, and as we'll read, we'll find out that there is coin coming from somewhere south, the Dwarven Kingdoms or Asley, somewhere. There is information there, and it references, and here's the name again, Drevin, this archmage that is tied into these necromancers. Necromancers want revenge. They want to kill this Drevin. They want to bring Fernouge back, which just shows how powerful Drevin is. I don't know if the necromancers just have revenge on their mind only.
No, they want to bring back Fernouge.
Correct, but for revenge.
Right, but things like revenge and doing terrible things, those are all things that appease Fernouge. Those are things that get his attention, that make him happy, that make him show favor on you. They're doing this to appease him, you understand?
No, that's correct. But listen, a revenge, that points to who they want to take down, which is this Drevin, this archmage.
May I illustrate something? And let's just say, I don't know, Judd, maybe you tell me, if there's like some game pieces from a tavern game or something. I'm imagining.
Use my pint glass. You can use mine.
What I'm saying is that's fine. I'm looking for like maybe something with different colors or some different pieces.
Yeah, you look over to the corner of the room, and again, this city has been run by necromancers recently, but it's not originally a necromantic city. And you do see there's like, it's kind of like the game shelf over on the far wall, and you see there's all kinds of, there's dice, like a kind of a domino thing, kind of like a chess sort of set. Definitely multicolored pieces.
I just grab a couple sets of multicolored pieces, and I go to the map, and I say, these let's say light-colored pieces are us, and these dark-colored pieces are the necromancers. And I illustrate that if we put the light-colored pieces on the 5 sides, so let's say that we've gone and we've purged them all. Meanwhile, look where that leaves the necromancers, and I start to scatter the dark-colored pieces all over the rest of the map in the cities. I sprinkle a bunch on top of Vord and on Koth, and for all we know, they take over these areas. Now, you're right. These 5 areas are terribly important for us to go and visit. But look what happens here. We're surrounded. While we were so narrowly focused on trying to maintain this battle, we could lose the war. But look here. And I like swipe all the pieces off. And I start over again. And I say, if we go to a city, and I put some of the light-colored pieces on Asley, we win alliances there. We let them know exactly how terrible this threat is. We tell them what we've seen firsthand. We win over their coin, their resources, their soldiers. And I sprinkle a bunch of more pieces on another city, and another city, and another city. The necromancers now. You see, we win these battles first. We win these alliances necessary to quell the threat of the necromancers in both numbers and power. And
then we win the war.
And then
Dagmara just takes another a large sip from her wine.
By the way, Otto has probably had like way too much wine before he even started this. Like,
Yeah.
Well, a heavy day. Let's
and
drink
he's
it up
like
a little.
sort of hiccuping in between a bunch of them, and like he even in this state, his penchant for analysis or some such is still like on the tip of his mind, and he says, "What I propose is we fight the necromancers just the way that we did here. We won an alliance with Luknor. We freed their minds from a vile curse, and then, and only then, we'll be able to drive them away from this city. Let's go and unite all of Anacroli to this cause."
Friends,
Dagmara,
my father, Otto, to your
tell
point.
us about your father.
Here. Let me drink.
Here. Yes.
Win the hearts of the people. Fill them with light. It's the best defense against the dark. Oh no, you're a genius. Yes.
I know.
Yes.
I know. I genuinely, I know that already.
And a chance to bring back the dead. And I just take a moment to think, and I kind of snap out of it. My father, as I said, is a powerful man. He's a chief physician. Even if he's under the treaty, even if Asley's under the treaty, they have their reason. They know who they stand for, and I know that they are not happy because of this. My father's patients have been chief politicians of the kingdom, clerics, priests, mages. I think it's worth going there. I think it's worth exploiting and exploring the connections that we might find. I don't see why Asley cannot become our base. Luknor is small, unprotected.
Cold.
Rather cold.
Listen, I have no problem making
Mostly
alliance.
dead at this point. There's nobody there. If you tell me that
Again?
Dagmar just looks down.
Ixnay on the Ed's day.
The drink.
Asley should provide the light we're looking for. Promise you, my friends, you'll be taken care of well there.
I'm not worried about being taken care of. I'm worried about solid alliances. I think Otto's plan is sound. We need alliances. We need to be beginning a resistance.
Especially when with
around-
some of the alliances we thought we had secured, we have learned are not quite so solid. And Otto, a few mugs deep, sort of looks. He puts a little bit of venom on that as he talks to an edge guard.
and I nudge him like this. Stop it.
Yes, we may find that that's the case, but listen, we're trained not to stare at the surface. We're trained to go right to the significance, which is why I look in layers. So with Asley, I don't have a problem checking out Asley. We have to be aware of the treaty and who we talk about. We're not going to be naive. We're not going to walk in there and announce ourselves. We have to do this quietly and build quietly. I will look at my contacts in Asley. I will see if there's any edge guards. I have to talk to Larar. I'm not giving her any information, but I need to probe her to see what is exactly going on with this Tanae. Is she
See,
rogue?
there are many, many reasons to go.
I have no problem
think we
going to
should-
Asley.
We should enter under the cover of night, and we should stay put, and we should stay covered, find my father, and from there, he'll introduce us to the correct people.
We
Army
hope.
generals, civil, army generals.
I will believe it when I see it, which is what I have to do. I don't
promise you,
doubt
my
you.
friend.
Yeah,
And I just reach out my hand like this.
I say, I may not be from this world, as it were, but speaking with powerful people, well, it's something of a talent of mine. I think that given the opportunity, we will be able to secure the alliances, and well, having your father be in such a powerful position, well, that helps us certainly with rapport. I suppose the only thing that could make any of this feel even better was if only we had secured the transportation. Oh, wait, I already have.
You already have. You want to take all the credit for it?
I was just going to say, I already have dramatic pause, along with my best noble companion, Tabitha. So you
But
must allow
Tabitha,
me the
like,
time.
She gives an eye roll that kind of like takes her off her seat, and then she just kind of is looking around to see if she can find a pipe. She's like, I need a smoke.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
halflings and their cheechin and their chongin.
Yeah, we need like a little pipe action.
Little pipe weed.
So I pull out my pipe and I pull out the weed and I just hand it over to Tabitha.
And she's just choking on it like,
Yeah.
wasn't going to give me any credit at all.
What is that? What is that?
And of course,
What is what?
she's happy to share the weed,
what-
and it passes around the circle. You guys.
What is that?
Well, it's my
What is
little
it? What is
pipe.
it? Is it a healing potion?
It's
In
a
a
pipe,
while.
Arasette. It's a pipe.
And Dagmara she's at this point gone a little bit. She just
Yeah.
takes it and is like, oh, that is interesting. Just
Do you,
I happen to have one here that
You know, at this rate, we're not going to get anything done.
So, look, let's look over these notes.
So
fallen into these
first you
traps before.
And
you're-
it's a huge distance. Let's look at these things.
You
And we
all-
can't
you all- your eyes-
dilly-dally in
you all
Ashley
s-
either.
exactly. So your eyes all look down at the map. So if you have the stream open, you all can see the
Oh, I
actual
don't, but I will.
the actual map
Oh.
that the necromancers
Looky there.
left behind. This is Seville. This is the map that you snagged originally, not the second one.
Very much.
so cool.
Oh,
Blood
well,
splattered,
Super
blood
cool.
stained.
do this.
what? I need to see this.
Don't mind the necromancer blood. That's just decoration.
That's how they. That's their ink. They use blood.
Stylistic.
That's what they
There
do.
we go.
Stylistic.
I love it.
They're just extra for doing that.
Just sloppy, bloody. Okay, so let's look here. What are we looking at here? Down right here. We have Luthor, yeah?
We have. Oh,
Asley.
Azar, did you switch
Yeah.
our frames again? You guys, everybody look at the map while I secretly switch out people's.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at it.
So we're taking a look at the map. We see that, I mean,
So,
we know we're near Luknor. Asley's like northwest.
yeah.
I mean, there's no scale on here per se, but I would imagine.
No.
But we have some notes.
How many days travel does it look like it would take us to get from Luknor to Asley if we were on mounts?
It
You're Seville. You can ask Seville because he's the only one who
ask
even
Seville.
has any idea. And Seville, you've never seen a map to this extent. But you know the northern coast right away, so you know it's in Ackerley.
Yeah.
so
So I'll
about
point
how
to
many-
Carthen. You see Carthen there? That's the capital city right there.
Yes, of course. But I'm trying to get an idea of how far away everything is. How
I
many-
would say about 300 miles, Luke-Nor to
So if we
Asley.
Esley
moved
to
around,
Lucknow is like 300 miles.
so if we
Yeah.
moved around 30 miles a day on mounts,
If we could get away with that, yeah, we're talking
well,
about
that's a rather low estimate. I mean,
3 days, maybe. Yeah, but you have to understand, we're entering the wild of Anacrely.
well, of
It's-
course I understand that.
Well, it's a little different than Faerun.
I understand
So we just got to
that.
be on the lookout there.
Yes, well, I'm not one to shy away from such a thing. Don't you imagine we're all perfectly capable? Or has that ale made you second guess yourself, Edgeguard?
I'm not second guessing myself. I can
Didn't
take
it
care of
sound like he was
myself.
second guessing himself just a little bit? Didn't it sound like he was a little bit worried there for a second?
Otto, control your cups, man. Let's get back to the map. All right. So you see these stars here. So that's, I'm guessing, is the
Oops.
points that the necromancers are interested in. So we see the one, we know this one out here in the ocean, it looks like. We've heard of that one before. That Abernath there, the gentleman from Merrig.
Ooh.
Elephine.
A raid.
Welcome.
right,
Welcome,
right.
everyone. Welcome.
Another ring.
Why,
Hello,
hello.
everyone.
Hello.
Hello, boys and girls.
Okay, so we know
Look at
that.
these,
Welcome.
yeah.
Welcome.
So Tabitha,
Yeah.
look here, right here. So we've been to a site with Otto. This is when you and Tabitha were taken and sold by the.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was
How could I forget the
Yes.
lovely days? Yes.
so
terrible.
we found this site. It was a village. It was in and out. Eraset, you remember? It was in and out of the fog, and it came out, and we found a monolith.
Yes.
A monolith.
Our first day here, I
Yes.
think.
A monolith with a spiral to it. And then when we rescued you from Balak's chambers, his torture chambers there, someone, I think Eraset again, found a crystal with the same spiral on it.
I see.
Is it a
Well.
key? And now we have what we discovered in Vorden at Schmettrell Hawkins' house.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
idol.
We should make way there at some point and use this key, obviously.
Right. But the key, remember, that necromancer, not even a necromancer, he was kind of like that fellow Geisel. He was just here being tortured upon.
Yes.
He said that idol, something that Schmettrell had, was a key. He used the word a key. Can you take that out right now?
Yes.
Let's pass it around. I know it changed shape when it reached different hands. So I
So
want to see if it changes shape in our hands.
Sure. Pass it around to everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so once again, you see as Otto brings out this golden idol, in his hand you see half this lord, this regal person, and the other half, the gold is actually textured so heavily it almost looks black on this other side, with this kind of almost demonic features of the same person, but the features look twisted, and Otto quickly hands it off to Eraset. Eraset holds it, and it shifts, and it's now this kind of it's more of a silvery, like it's a glowing, and you see this huntress who's kind of mid attack in the air, and this beautiful, almost this ballet movement, and who do you hand it to?
Tabitha.
Tabitha.
Sure.
Like, oh my god, you guys talking about it? Again, I'm trying to remember what all the shapes were.
I can't remember, but I know it was cool.
It was super cool. It's too far back, so I'm just gonna say,
Okay.
yeah, Tabitha, you are, that's right. You are like this, almost like this god. You have all these extra arms that come out, and it looks like you're handing out, and there's jewels and riches at your feet, and you have like 8 arms, and each one looks like it's handing off in a different direction. Who do you hand it
Well,
to?
isn't this just a neat little trick?
So I hand it to who hasn't gotten a chance yet.
I'll take it.
Seville.
Seville takes it. And Seville's
Dagmara just keeps drinking.
is the closest to kind of his present form. You see a very kind of commanding presence, but his normal hat, his normal kind of armor that you see is gone, and he's holding books, and he has very dignified clothing, but no weapons and no armor. Seville, what are you doing with it?
And I just want to say, while it's in Seville's hands, a little voice comes out from it, and it says, "I'm a hero." And I'm like, what? And then you see that I was like casting a minor illusion on it. And I
You
just
see
like clink,
its little mouth moves. I'm a hero.
and I like clink, I kind of clink glasses with everyone and like laugh. And I say, this is nothing more than arcane tricks, you see.
And I just hold it for a second, and I hear that, and I do laugh. It's funny. But I kind of notice, at least in my observation, that Otto may be a little nervous to hold this. And I know he came to me and asked me in a sincere gesture after he was return from this portal, this teleportation circle, not to confuse the two, that there was something that rattled him. I'm going to pass it to
Who has
him right now. I'm going to pass it to Otto. Spare Dagmara for a moment.
Yeah, and I just kind of use it up and I slide it over toward Dagmara.
Yeah, you see it start to shift back into that form, Otto, that you saw before, but you slide it right over, and it sits in front of Dagmara.
And Dagmara is just kind of looking at her almost empty glass of wine, and she's I'm kind of humming this, singing this little song. And the true light will shine on you, no matter where you are and what you do. Oh.
And touch the statue.
And I just pick the armor.
It's a statue. You pick the statue up.
I mean statue. I'm very drunk.
You pick it up and
pick the statue up.
And you see it very quickly. It shifts to your form, standing proud, almost defiant, with her left shoulder forward, in this kind of very heroic pose. And then you see, starting from the chest, the gold tints and starts turning red, and you see that the sculpture starts to bend over, and you see things coming out of your back and starting to spread out.
Ooh, honey.
And as you continue to hold it, it spreads more, and you see behind you this snaking tail starts to protrude, and the human folds over and comes up, and you see this dragon head and these massive wings. The statue is like twice the size that it was, and you're all looking at this golden but red-hued dragon in her hand.
As I just drink my...
Yeah, I'll go and take it back. I think she's had enough.
And it's...
Well, I think we've all used it, right?
Yeah, you've all used it.
I'm gonna use a handkerchief around my hand. I'm just gonna grab it and put it back in my pack.
Yeah, I'll hand it back to Otto.
Yeah, and even with the handkerchief over it, you see it starts to shift once again into your form, and you quickly shove it.
Those close to him sort of hear him as his handkerchief's hand is shoving in his pack, where he's like, "Well, you should stop it, damn it." And I say, "Yes, it may very well be a key to something else too. We don't know until we go there." But I think our next order of business is to brave the road to Asley. Are we all in agreement on that?
Yes. But not tonight, please. It's been ages since I had a foot massage.
Let's oh dear. Let's have a night's rest and let's make good time tomorrow.
And I'm just 5 deep, and I just very much outside of what the volume has been at, like maybe 120 decibels louder. I'm like, to Asley, it is. My friends.
To Asley.
I just
and
kind
we
of
go to bed.
Bring Tevin back to life.
7 pages are, and I want to look at the ones that have some trails, and let's keep going.
Well, we go to bed maybe after that, I meant.
Correct.
So you all start to get up to go to bed, and so it's like, no, hold on, I've got all this intel. Let's go over this first. And
is there a fireplace in this tavern?
There is. It's not. It's. I think we said it was like kind of smoldering remains, but there are other. There's other wood. There's a cord of wood near the fireplace and billows and.
We've got even more, which is great.
Get a fire.
Soak the fire. So I go and I soak it and I make it nice and warm, and.
As soon as she throws logs on there, I just go and just start a fire.
Okay. Just, you throw some logs on it, instantly catches.
Really?
And just...
Thank you.
He's not letting you do anything.
Dagmara I just get up from my little bench.
I'm getting used to this little magic thing.
know,
stumble
though,
a little bit.
Why don't we look over what you wanted to look over there?
So, Seville, the first thing that you pull out is the other map that you had, which I just showed on the screen. I'll pull it up again. This one you see was scribbled really quickly. Let me see what we got. Oh, thank you, other follower.
Thank you, Kalina.
Looks like this was actually produced too well, but it looks like it was very hastily copied. The lines were fast and rough, and you see just some X's made on here.
What's the significance of this to you, Seville? It seems to match up with some of the shrines on the other map.
Yeah, it looks exactly like the 5 sites on the other map.
And you look at this one, and you look at the other one, which I'll put up for you.
One just looks like a more detailed version of the other.
Yeah, any transparency?
I mean, they look like they're just, yeah. I mean, they're pretty much
Seville,
indicating the same thing as far as I...
Yeah.
Seville, roll an intelligence check for me.
And then also, what are the other papers?
14.
Yeah, so the only thing that you see a difference between the two is the southern point.
Southern, yeah, it's the bright point that we see.
Yeah, which you guess. I mean, you've heard multiple times that there's a swamp. You know, there's a location in the swamp to the south. That's all you. That's kind of all you can ascertain, put together.
Right. Which we knew. What about the other papers that he wanted to look at?
So you start rifling through, and you spread out these papers, and they all look like they were been copied in a very hasty, messy script. And you start to look through. A couple things jump out at you right away, Seville. You see a reference to Larar. These look to be notes. And you can see there's the plans. There's something that just says the plans. And there's a whole bunch of additional information here. Basically, long story short, it looks like this person has copied down what the necromancers plan to do. It says next, Carthen, circled. This is take down AM.
What's the king in Carthen's name?
Dolian.
King Dolian, and Majir is the queen.
Seville, where did you find this?
It was remember the house that we were in, where we found Geisel's sister. And I went back there and almost got myself captured and killed. And then I went back there again when you guys were here. I left and I went back there and I found it in a desk secured within it. And I got lucky.
Crazy, curious fool. And I'm so happy. I jump on him and I just grab him and I kiss him. And then I'm like,
got another kiss.
Okay.
Wild sauce, I'll take.
Watch them all bummed out.
Dagmara is just like,
Well, the exuberance, Erla said, is a little different than getting yelled at. So
rub it in already.
Whatever you saw in that portal, I think it's. I like the change that's coming over you. So I prefer that to being yelled at. So I appreciate it.
And when Otto looks over and sees them do that, he glances over at somebody who's pretty busted in the tavern, and he's just sort of like, huh.
And Dagmara just walks hobbles over to Ariset, and Seville just puts her hands on their shoulders and just goes, "You two, you're meant to be together. I love that." And I want to kill whoever killed Tevin.
Dagmara, roll a constitution check for me.
Yep. Many changes and whoa. Well, that is 3 plus 2. That's
I'm
5.
throwing up.
That's fine.
No, as you say that, and you're like, I'm gonna kill. You all see it instantly.
Kill.
It's as if the buzz, as if the pain that she's just been exuding this entire time, as if it falls right off of her, and you see a coldness and a danger, and her eyes suddenly are shifting around quickly. Her presence changes immediately.
Sort of
Just turn away, and I walk to the table. Just take the glass and just squeeze it and just shatters in my hand. And it starts to bleed. And I just kind of do a little like a marking on my face.
Let's get you to bed.
And Tabitha's like,
So when do we leave?
thinking like, that's a lot. And she just like steps outside with her pipe for a moment.
Let's get you tucked in, shall we? I'm
all right.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, she throws off your hand.
That's all right, thank
Seville, you are watching this, but you return to these notes, and you're kind of keeping one eye on Dagmara.
Yeah. So you said take down a what?
A.M.
Yeah.
And then you turn the page.
They said they were sorry, I just wanted to clarify. You said that they wrote they were going to Carthen next.
Carthen next, yep.
Yeah, okay.
And you see there's a note here that says, set Koska with cutters in K.
Say that one more time. Take Koska.
So set Koska with cutters in, and then you see the letter K.
Carthen starts with K.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Cutters. Koska.
It's the little things, you know? It's just the little things. So I mean, we're all, I'm imagining, privy to this information. We're discussing the information of the notes.
Yeah, I think you're all kind of like looking over his shoulder as he's reading this and going through it all.
Well, this may mean that we are doing well to go northward. That only puts us closer and closer to Coffin, which is quite far away. The necromancers likely have a rather steep head start.
That's an issue. If they get there first, what do we do about the timing?
We do just what we did in Makutha. We secure the alliance necessary. We drive them out.
Well, listen, I'm going to go with you because I can't go by myself. I'm going to go to Asley, but I really want to go to the swamps.
Well, look at the map. If you go to Asley, from Asley to the swamp is really not that much difference than from here to the swamp. We really won't lose that much time other than I'll travel to Asley.
It is a bit of a triangulation, yes. So I say we go to Asley, we get done what we need to get done, make alliances. We also have to consider Sval in Vorden. She's a member of the Circle. She has great coin, and I like her. I have a good feeling about her. And she could also give us a lot of intel when we go back to Vorden to get to that site near Merrig. It'll be wise to recruit her.
I imagine we've got more intel than she does at this point, but yes, we can make way back to Vorden at some point.
Yeah, that's definite. And Carthen Cutters, that's bad. That's
it
bad
appears
news.
that we must venture northward, adventurers.
Yes, and we need to settle Dagmara. Where is she right now?
I think she's all right.
Where is she?
She's
right
sitting
here.
She's sitting here right in front of you. Yeah.
We're all together.
Mm-hmm. I'm just
she's not
very
passed out or
devilishly staring into like the glass of wine that I'm holding.
And did Tabitha go outside with her pipe?
Yeah,
Is that
she was outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm I need my pipe back. I'm gonna go outside with Tabitha.
And
need to have
before
a-
Seville steps outside, because I imagine that whole time while they're talking,
Oh, yes,
outside
yes.
alone, and she's having her smoke, and she just kind of thinks back to that thought that Seville had described, that there was like this swamp cat, and so she just, as like a last-ditch effort, because she's always wanted this like pet or animal companion, she does a call that worked where she's from in Faerun, in the swampland where she's from, and she would go like and like does this little thing to see if there's anything that responds to her.
Okay. Roll a perception check. I mean, are you going to move? Because you know you're on the second tier. That was on the third tier, so it's a bit of a distance. But like, do you want to make your way at all closer, or you want to just do it from there?
She can wander, sure. Just
Okay.
like I want to stay pretty close by. I don't want it to be like I'm leaving for a really long time.
You're basically, there is a set of stairs really close to the entrance to this eating hall. So I'll say you can kind of wander up to the third tier, which gives you a better shot of making this noise.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll.
Okay. That is... I rolled an 11, and my screen is really small, so hang on a second. Okay, you said perception, so that's +5, 16.
So you do it, and you wait a moment, and then you see a couple of Kellos of the Lucnorians. They look over at you, and they're like, what the hell? And you wait a moment, and you don't hear anything. And you turn, you start heading back down the stairs, and you hear the faintest sound that just almost like it's a different wavelength, and it just cuts through the air, and it hits you. Just barely.
Okay, I want to go close to that sound. I want to go back to that place where I saw Seville leaving, thinking that maybe like the guys didn't remove the animals from the cages, that menagerie.
You run, you cut through, you know exactly where it is. You cut by the fountain in the middle of the third tier. You push past all the buildings. You see that light gray stone, one-story building. Bofty is still out front. Hi, you've been back. Oh. And you just run past her and down. And just like Seville, you're a little startled that there's no first floor. Like you go in the door and it's basically just stairs straight down below. And you go down there and you see these cages, and roll a perception check for me.
Oh, I rolled a 1, but halfling luck.
Halfling luck.
My friends.
Okay, so I got a 15.
Okay, so
And it's nice to be lucky.
It is.
So it's good to be halfling. Yeah, so you, just as Seville came down here and you look around and you see the dragon hound and it's looking defiantly at you, and you see the dead creatures and the other things, and then you start to turn away and you hear that noise again. It's just this, and it's faint, and it almost sounds like it's mental. And you turn back and you see in the corner, there's these two glowing green eyes looking at you from the darkness.
And I take out some, like a bunch of jerky from my pack.
Okay.
And I like just pop my hands in and drop the jerky. And then I bend down on my knees because I remember that, you know, animals, they like to be like on the same level as you. They don't want me towering over it.
And so you're right next to the bars?
Right next to the bars, looking, I'm imagining like my eyes are going into these green eyes.
And you feel that connection, and the eyes drop like they're looking at the jerky, and then they close and they're gone, and there's something about the darkness in here, and you're looking, and then suddenly it's right in front of you, an inch from the bar, in your face, and it just looks at you, and it slowly lowers its head, and so you see its tongue comes out, and it's just and it's just eats it so quickly.
And I take out more food, and I'm just like giving it, like I know that I was given a bunch of food earlier, so I'm just feeding that thing.
And
like,
you're just done, and it's just attacking it, and it's just ravenous, and it's just everything that you give it. Your hand's even passing between the bars at one moment, and your haste, and you feel this one moment where you've got a big chunk of bread, and you put it down. Its mouth is on you so quickly, and you feel its soft lips like pull the bread very gently off your hand without hurting you. And even gives you a little like nuzzle with its nose. Roll an animal handling check at advantage for me.
Aww.
And behind you, Bofty's like, wait, what are you doing? It's gonna kill you. Go away.
Okay, I got an 11.
At
Did
advantage?
you roll twice though?
Did you roll twice?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Okay. So it's eating, and it's looking at you like it's just like it's waiting for the other shoe to fall. Like it's waiting for you to attack it. It's just kind of giving you the suspicious, it's just. And it finishes eating. What do you do?
Okay. I take out my water because I was thinking, well, if it didn't have any food, it probably didn't have any water. So I make up a little. I try to put my water canteen into my hand and hold out my hands, and I'm nervous. My hands are shaking, but I'm just thinking.
Yeah, you take your water skin out and you kind of hold it. You get a double handful and you reach it through, and your hands are shaking like this, and it's just lapping it up, and then it opens its mouth really quickly and it grabs your hand with its teeth, and you see these massive canines, but it's holding your hand, and it's pulling your arm in and deeper to your shoulder, and then it opens its mouth, lets go, and it licks up the length of your arm, and a little bit hits your face.
And I know that it's crazy, but I just look at the lock on the cage and pick the lock.
Okay.
Maybe I'm going to be rolling initiative, but we'll find out.
I love it. Roll sleight of hand. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Oh, don't forget to add your proficiency bonus.
Oh, yeah.
As you roll.
It's all in there. Sleight of hand. 10. It takes you a second longer because your hands are literally shaking.
I'm terrified.
Am I about to die? Am I doing the dumbest thing I've ever done in my entire life? Because while you've never seen this creature specifically, back in your home swamps, you knew of cats that lived in the swamps that were exceedingly dangerous, but you also knew that very rarely they could be domesticated. And there's just something about this. It's been gentle with you, and you click it. And finally, it takes you almost a full minute, and you finally, and you hear it unlock. You can grab it, and you open up the cage, and the eyes immediately go out, and it's and you hear this movement. Do you open up the door completely?
I open up the door completely, and I just stand frozen.
The moment the door is fully open, you don't even see it. You just feel the pressure on your shoulders as two massive paws land on you and push you, slam you down on the ground. You almost slam your head. It's with such force. And you see this massive cat standing over you, very gently now, with only one paw on your shoulder, holding you down, and it's looking you intensely with those glowing eyes, looking at everything. And then it opens up its mouth and just starts licking your face like crazy. And Bofty and everybody else is backing away because this cat is 4 foot tall at the shoulder. I mean, this is a big,
so my height.
And it's still, it's on the edge of death. It is so starved. You see its ribs, you see its bones, but it is just bonding with you. Roll another animal handling check when you get a second.
Okay.
Add advantage.
Okay.
The rescue.
That is
It's always nice to go for.
Okay, we got an 18.
Okay, that's great. All right, so.
Oh my gosh.
And it finishes kind of licking you, and it backs off, and he's like, and it's sniffing you all over, and it finds your satchel of food, and it's starting to
I'm
try to
yeah, you can have it.
tear
Take
into it. Yeah. And Bofty starts coming down the stairs with her sword drawn, and you see it immediately drops. It's and it kind of moves in front of you, like it's guarding, kind of placing itself in front of you, pushing, and its weight is so strong, it's pushing you to the side.
Here we go.
Oh my gosh, this is so exciting.
And you see it's lowering down like it's about to pounce. What do you do?
Bofty, drop your sword and bend a knee. If you have any food, I would take it out.
She's like, she looks at it. She's like, okay. She slowly puts her sword down and she lowers. She's on the stairs, so she kind of lowers into a seating position on the stairs, and she's like, yeah. And she's got, she pulls out like a handful of her pastries, like 4 of them, and just throws them down. And then the creature doesn't move. It just looks at you.
And I just like nod. I go like, it's okay. Go ahead.
And it just leaps on it. And it like sucks them up, and then it backs up again, and it's in front of you.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. All right. And and when it's like safe, I nod for Bofty to go up the stairs. And then I would like to slowly, with my new cat, who I will find hopefully a name for, make my way back to the tavern.
Okay. So this
randomly shows up.
Awesome.
This thing is like stuck to your side, and it flinches when it sees anybody else, like it's going to attack, or you see there's a fear there as well. And looking over it on the light now, because this thing it's dark. It looks like it's jet black, but when you get it outside in the light, you can see that it's a very like deep, like a mossy green of the fur. And it's very
camouflage in the swamp, you guys.
It's like soft and velvety almost.
Oh my god!
And I'll send you the stats for this thing.
I'm so happy I could cry. I've been wanting to so long.
There you go.
So then you make your way back down to the tavern, and you guys are all there having this moment, and you just see like the head of this giant cat and Tabitha's head at the same height as they're because there are these windows that show them, and you see them pass together and head for the door and start coming in.
And I'm sure that Seville was right there because he was trying to come outside, and I'm like, here's your pipe.
Thank you.
Huh?
How'd you do that? How in the name of the gods did you do that?
I'm like, do what? Oh dear, what is that?
I think we may have a new companion.
Companion. Yeah, so everyone just, don't hide any food. Just leave the food out in the open, and
You're one to tell us that.
food.
So while this cat is near Tabitha, I feel kind of safe. I'm just going to hold up my hand and let it kind of get my scent so it doesn't attack me if it goes away from Tabitha.
Yeah,
Okay.
I definitely want to get close to it and see if it's friendly.
Yes.
Hesitantly go up to it as well.
And I instinctually bow to it as I put my hand up towards it, and I hope it likes me.
And Tabitha, you watch as it kind of looks at you, and almost is like it's like leaning and pushing on you, and you just feel the weight of this thing is way heavier than you are. Like it could just crush you, but it can feel there's no threat here, but you can see that it's almost scared, or it doesn't know what it's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I use this moment.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
see everyone just kind of crowding around this cat. It's cute. And I just very, 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 very inconspicuously walk towards Seville's bag. And I just go inside, and I just pick up that statue. And just take it.
Sneaky.
It's in Otto's bag. Yeah.
It's not my bag.
Otto's bag. Excuse me, Otto's bag.
Do a sleight of hand check for me.
What's that? A 20?
20?
I got it. I got
thought you got a
11.
20.
Oh, you got 11.
No, I got 11. I was 11
There's something about
14.
So
14.
That's good.
You feel that everybody's distracted on this giant cat and Tabitha, and she's kind of displaying, and her arm is around it, and you just very silkily move over, and you reach your hand down. Otto, you look over and you see her doing this.
Like, what are you doing?
Check.
Just looking.
All right.
What are you doing?
Just wondering why you didn't ask me.
We all touched it, didn't we?
Yes, we did. If you
want to
You have
keep
no
it
reason why you
well.
wouldn't trust me, right?
No, I have no reason why I wouldn't trust you, Dagmara.
Then again,
By all
Now, my
means.
friend, shall we talk about all the reasons why I shouldn't trust you?
What is this, a contest? Come off it. Look, if you want to keep it on you, by all means, hang on to it. Besides, it looked rather cool when it was in your possession anyway. It was probably the coolest, in fact, so for all I care, it's yours.
Dagmara really enjoys that compliment. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Beautiful cat. Very nice cat, Tabitha.
Yes, it
Thank
appears
you.
we will have another companion, so it seems to help us along the way. We've already started on building our allies. Look at that. And
What's his name? What's his name, Tabitha?
Yeah,
What's his name?
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna just wait until maybe the morning. Something will come to me while I sleep. And with that, she like curls up by the fireplace and snuggles into her new nameless cat.
yes.
Aww.
And as you're walking, the cat is like snatching things off the table, like a whole chicken, and you guys are watching as it's like, and you see like bone shards just coming out the
Are there
Oh my.
are there rooms? Could we get rooms?
You can certainly go explore. There are stairs in the opposite corner from where the games were.
I'm not really. I don't want to explore so much as just if there are rooms we could buy.
I just want to give reference.
I know
for the
where
cat
we
that
could
Tabitha
sleep.
has. This is reference
Exactly.
for the kitty.
Yes.
This is
Yeah,
the cat. It has extra thumbs.
There
So
you
Judd,
go.
maybe
So,
we'll go
that's it.
back to the house where I nicked all the maps and stuff like that. It seems to be like a boarding house or a dorm.
Tabitha's sleeping by the fire.
You start to do
Yeah,
that,
all right. Yeah.
Seville, and then you remember what that building meant originally, and you stop at the door, and you
Oh,
turn
yeah,
around, and you're like,
that's- yeah, you're right.
this is a couple store. I bet there's something upstairs. And as
Yeah.
you all spread up and you look upstairs, you do find rooms, you find beds, and nobody to pay. A few of you fall asleep at the fire. Tabitha, you have this creature just chomping the last bit of food it snagged on the table.
If I may,
Yes.
I was gonna say, while they're asleep, I wait until
Yeah.
they're asleep by the fire, and until it is late in the night, and I suspect the others are asleep too. And I've meanwhile stayed up, and I go and I look into the fire. I look over toward Tabby and the sleeping unnamed cat, and I look into the fire for a long time while the fire is gleaming embers in my pupils. And I recede into the deepest, darkest depths of my mind to commune with another worldly force.
And you, Otto, you see the fire. Its flickering flames are licking up, and the longer you stare, you see these flames start to sort of dance in your vision, and they twirl around each other, and they start to form a shape, and the shape kind of stands in this fire still, and you see it start to form. These horns appear, and the fire recedes, leaving a red-skinned, black leather-clad being, and he just looks at you and smiles, and
I kind of like bow my head a little bit.
oh my boy, I have such plans for you. And we're gonna leave it there tonight, everyone.
oh yes.
Wow. Wow, everyone.
What a night.
What a good night. Everyone, thank you. Wow, thank you to everybody, all of our raids, all of our new subscribers and followers. We're so excited to have you join us here in the Role Players.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations to our winner, Scuzzy, of the mini. We'll ship that out tomorrow and get that to you. We have other giveaways coming up soon. Please check out our sponsors, Skull Splitter Dice and Thrill Studios.
some skulls.
And by the way, Marty McTry wants to make sure that Maddie knows that the cat's name should be Snack.
I think that is a very
Name suggestion.
That's a pretty good suggestion.
I think
Thank you
that's-
so much.
I think, yeah, nice.
Thank you for the follow.
I can't wait.
Don't forget, all of you,
come check back with us this Wednesday for Numenera, where we'll be running a whole other game.
That's right. Numenera, we have another show every other Wednesday. We'll be on this Wednesday. Chad Skiles jamming that. Thursday, we have mini painting with Peter Kinney. Paint with Peter. And also, we are putting all these up on our YouTube channel. If you could, that'd be super awesome. If you could head over there, click that subscribe button. We're almost at our 100 dedicated URL, all that wonderful stuff. So,
and check out our Instagram. We have some fun content that we drop there just for shits and giggles.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
check that out too.
Yep. And just a big thank you for hanging out with us and spending your time tonight.
Thank you guys tonight. Have a good one.
Yeah, thank you all. Thanks for letting us make your Monday a hell of a lot better. We love you all. Stay safe and take care out there.
Bye.
Bye.